In custody, possible suspect after a van rammed through crowds of people. I'm Lisa Brady. Fox's Alistair Wanklin is following this live from London.
Lisa, terror in a tourist area in Barcelona, a van jumping a sidewalk and ploughing into pedestrians, killing at least 12 people, 80 in the hospital. There's no word of Americans among the victims. 2 men arrested, were reportedly one of them an Arab man in his 20s. Pope Francis and national leaders in Europe expressing shock at this another terror attack in Europe in the French city of Nice, the mayor mourning the victims. Nice is where a similar truck attack left 86 people dead last year. Lisa?
Well, Alistair, ISIS is now reportedly claiming responsibility. That's not verified, though. Meantime, it's also not clear yet whether a man who rammed a police checkpoint and had a shootout in Barcelona, later found dead in his car, was linked to the van attack suspects. Vice President Mike Pence moments ago echoing what President Trump has said about this attack. Fox's John Decker is live at the White House.
Besides monitoring the situation from New Jersey, President Trump also tweeted a condemnation of the terrorist attack, writing, "The United States condemns the terror attack in Barcelona and will do whatever is necessary to help. Be tough and strong. We love you." He also wrote, "Study what U.S. General Pershing did to terrorists when caught. There was no more radical Islamic terror for 35 years. The president was referring to a false internet rumor that Pershing discouraged Muslim terrorists in the Philippines by killing them and burying their bodies along with those of pigs. Lisa?
Well, John, a sell-off on Wall Street got worse after the attack. At the closing bell, the Dow down 273 points. Fox News, fair and balanced.
Hi, I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans. Think you can't manage the down payment it takes to purchase a new home? Think again. You could move into a $150,000 home with as little as $1,500 down with our 1% down payment option. The rate today on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 3.99%, APR 4.19%. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to QuickenLoans.com.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
As a small business owner, you make every dollar count. So what could you do with $10? Go to Vistaprint.com today and you'll get 500 high-quality custom business cards for only $9.99. That's less than 2 cents per card. And at Vistaprint, your satisfaction is absolutely guaranteed. So it's never been easier to turn 500 strangers into connections. Just visit Vistaprint.com and use promo code 4444 at checkout. That's Vistaprint.com, promo code 4444.
Recapping the latest on the Barcelona terror attack that killed 12, injuring dozens more. There's a report now of ISIS claiming responsibility.
The Iraq news agency is the official mouthpiece of the ISIS terrorist organization. Typically, when they have claimed responsibility, they've had some sort of hand in radicalizing the individual, but you're quite right. They've tried to, in recent months, take responsibility for events when their relationship with the individual or individuals is very sort of remote, very tangential.
Fox's Catherine Herridge in Washington. Former President Barack Obama tweeting reaction. He says, "Michelle and I are thinking of the victims and their families," also saying Americans will also stand with our Spanish friends, and adding an embrace in Spanish. 3 college basketball teams from the U.S. are in Barcelona for exhibition games. Clemson, Tulane, and Oregon State, all of them tweeting that their teams are safe. An Iowa woman who tried to vote twice for President Trump gets probation.
56-year-old Terry Lynn Rhodes gets 2 years probation and $750 in fines in her sentencing in Des Moines after pleading guilty last month to trying to early vote a second ballot last fall for Donald Trump. Rhodes tells police she believed Trump's claims that the election was rigged. There's been vote fraud convictions in states across the country like Ohio, Virginia, and Maryland. A Miami woman was just sentenced yesterday to probation for filling out ballots. Gordon, Alabama Mayor Albert Melton heads to court in December on 3 counts of absentee ballot fraud. Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
Again, on Wall Street, stocks were already tumbling before the terror attack in Barcelona. Then it got worse. The Dow down 274. The S&P and the NASDAQ also down more than 1%. Lisa Brady, Fox News Radio.
You get that coffee, you intern.
Exactly. Man, you're really abusing them lates.
Got to leave my mark here.
Right. They'll leave and they'll be like, man, I hated him.
Here's your ESPN Radio 3-day forecast brought to you by Chief Bauer. Trust the experts at Chief Bauer Service Experts to keep you cool all summer long. Call 866-EXPERTS or you can visit them online at chiefbauer.com. Tonight, partly cloudy, low of 63 degrees. Sunny, clear on Friday, high 85, a low of 65. Saturday, mostly sunny, high 84, a low of 63. Right now, sunny, 84 degrees in Champaign-Urbana.
It's the Tay and J Show, ESPN Radio 93.5. Lonte, Jeremy Warner. It feels like the final week of school. I know school
everybody's starting it
just starting, but it feels like we've got some stuff going on. Tomorrow's our final day together. It just has this weird kind of cool. It's a really cool feeling, but in a way, it's like, man, school's out, but man, I'm going to miss my friends.
Yeah, but then we show up next week to work again.
Yeah, you'll be like, oh, never mind.
It's just a different teacher.
Right.
It's like second semester of high school.
It's like, who are my friends now?
Yeah, it's like, now I got to hang out with different people during the day.
That's exactly right.
Your classes at different times.
Yes.
I guess that's more college-like.
Yeah, that is more college-like, I would assume. I did do something, speaking of school. I did something that the rest of society doesn't do. And you know what that was? You actually saw it this morning. I took a picture of Andrew on his first day of school in 5th grade.
Yeah.
And how dare me.
5th grade.
I know. How dare me I did not post it on Facebook.
You didn't?
I didn't. Yeah. And that is like, and I don't mind it. Like, for those people out there, I think that's part of what Facebook is.
Before I was a parent, I was like, why are all these people putting their kids on Facebook all the time? My kid's got a Facebook account.
Absolutely. And you know,
just because it's a scrapbook, like it's our online scrapbook for him.
Wonderful idea.
But yeah, I post pictures of him all the time.
Which I love because I don't get to see him. So it's great because then you sent me a picture back because I took a picture of Andrew in our driveway, essentially, and then you took a picture of Torrin in his driveway, in your driveway, and it was the cutest stinking picture.
Onesie.
I loved it, man. Little red onesie with blue stripes. But yeah, I didn't post it on Facebook, and I just thought of that. I'm like,
do you feel empty by not doing it?
Maybe I should. Maybe before this radio show's over, I'll put the slick back Andrew Tay on.
I'm
Facebook.
sure there are the friends of mine who aren't parents yet. They're like, God, Jeremy, stop it.
Enough.
But it is for the family members, and for people who don't see him all the time.
That's exactly
they get to kind of see him grow up. So I was one of those who hated it.
Yeah.
And was like, do you really got to post more pictures of your kid? Like, it's some huge inconvenience to me.
Right.
Just like if I tweet about something other than sports.
Correct.
People are, stick to Illinois.
Yeah, what are you doing, Jeremy?
Right.
No, I agree.
Now I realize that's dumb. I can just unfollow them, or I can just deal with it being in my timeline.
I think it's pretty cool because there's a lot of kids that grew up with Lucas that are from Champaign or don't go to school. He doesn't go to the same school. Yeah. And I don't get to see those kids anymore. Now they're seniors. And I think it's cool to be able to see them. They're all tall as heck. You know, they're all taller than us, the parents.
Yeah.
So I think it is. I think it's cool that people do that. And by the end of the show, I'll try to remember to do it.
So the Cubs had an interesting one last night. Come back, went on a wild pitch.
Right.
Joe Madden was probably as angry as we've ever seen him.
Wow.
The Cardinals lose another. How many heartbreakers?
I know. I lost count.
Have they lost? Thank you for the coffee, Jack.
Well done, Jack.
Thank you.
Well done. Not too hot, is it?
Just as he's getting really good at this.
Right. Then you're going to leave. And I don't drink coffee, Jack, so you'll just have to refill my water.
There you go.
That's the only thing I can do.
Get somebody else to do it. Get like Dahan to do it.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Anyway.
Get Dahan to do it as he eats his Taco Bell in here.
The Cardinals, another just heartbreaking loss. And then, and I know the umpires involved in this, but the Cardinals made enough mistakes themselves. But that injury to insult, Trevor Rosenthal looks like something's up. 7 miles an hour off that fastball. There's a lot going on in baseball last night, especially with the umpires. And right now, the Cubs were down 9-0.
Oh my goodness! Yeah,
and they've come back to hit 4.
I know it was 8-0.
No, now 5 home runs.
Wow, back to back to back.
They hit back to back 4 home runs in 1 inning, which I believe tied a Cubs record.
Unbelievable.
And Schwarber just went yard.
Wow.
So they were down 9-0 to the Reds. The Reds put up a 9 spot in the second inning. But we were joking now that it's 9-6, a 3-run deficit to the Reds and that pitching staff.
It's like being up 4. That was my joke. Yeah, listen, if you're down by 3 to the Reds, you're really up 4. I mean, if you do the simple math, didn't Lester leave the game though?
Yeah.
So Lester left the game. Now he's had a couple of clunkers. but I don't know, was it an injury related?
Lat tightness is what they call it.
So we'll have to watch that. I do have some thoughts on last night, and I'll start with the Cubs and Joe Madden. Everybody knows I'm not a Cubs fan, but I'm being just as down the middle as I can be right now. That was a correct call. Ben Zobrist offered on the bunt, and even though the ball hit him, that is, you're swinging essentially. So if you swing and get hit by a pitch, it's a strike.
I looked at it. I agree with you.
I do too.
I don't think it was an egregious call. I do think you could have gone either way.
Yes.
I don't think it was an egregious call.
No.
Because even though that ball was coming at him, and whether it was his natural reaction or whatever to defend himself, I think that's what it was. It was a natural reaction to kind of defend himself. He did offer at it again.
He did.
As it was coming to him. So he offered, pulled back, and then offered again. Now, it probably was his natural just defense mechanism.
Would agree.
But I can see why they call it a strike.
I think by the book, that's a strike.
And it ended up, ball doesn't lie, right? I mean, Chris Bryant and the wild pitch, and they end up winning the game. So the baseball gods interfered.
They did. They totally did. And then on the Cardinals side, it was interesting watching that game last night, and it was on both sides. The I can't ever say this. The home plate umpire. I can't ever say that.
It's now 9-8.
Is it really 9-8? Okay. That game will end up like 13-12 Cubs. Right, it's at Wrigley, wind blowing out.
15-10 Cubs.
Yeah, you're probably right. They'll just keep blowing on. The Reds won't score.
Look at Austin.
He's a little nervous.
No, I think he's got this grin now.
I know. Brad Underwood.
So
see how good offensively Brad Underwood is? He shows up at Wrigley and both teams are just having their best offensive days.
Fast paced.
Yep.
Get the ball up and down the field.
There's something to this Brad Underwood kid. I can tell already. But on the Cardinals game, when the umpire at home has such a tight zone, it's going to begin bugging both teams. And it did last night. It started bugging both teams. Lance Lynn is a guy that is, now I don't want to say very animated, but he's not afraid to show displeasure. Yeah. And he was doing it for a lot of the night as well. And then late in that game when there was a check, it was one of those check swings at home, and the Cardinals really wanted the call and didn't get it. And Yachty got pretty unpleasant. Yeah. So that kind of started it. And then all of a sudden, and I've never seen this in all of my time watching baseball. Now, maybe it's happened and it just wasn't brought to light because it may have happened in the third inning or the sixth inning, but because of such a tough environment or a tough moment where you're up 4-3 with 2 out, and the umpire calls time. He calls time, which is strange. I've never seen that.
Middle of a pitch.
In the middle of the pitch.
For a young kid, too.
That's correct, with Brebbia. And it's one of those situations where a lot of times, and Matheny alluded to it, a lot of times a pitcher, usually it's because you're trying to slow down a running game, you take longer to the plate, or maybe you don't quick pitch. You still got to come set. But a lot of times they'll vary that so a guy can't get a good read on when to go. That wasn't the case last night. They were just trying to make the kid, Mookie Betts, uncomfortable. But unfortunately, he calls time, and then Yachty just kind of erupts. Yeah. And he couldn't get kicked out, so Matheny runs out. And then the next thing you know, Matheny, you could feel, not only last night with Madden, you could feel as well with Matheny that this is a race now. Things are heating up, and I could feel that from both managers in the sense that the Cubs are playing the Reds. They feel like they've got to get a win. They were up big in that game, and then you got the Cardinals on the other side up 4-0 in a game you need to win, and you can just feel it slipping away.
There's starting to be some tension.
No doubt.
Mid-August tension that each game means a ton. And for the Cardinals, last night was a big bummer because the Cubs were struggling at that time. You thought, maybe they can get within a game.
Right.
And then today they were struggling. But, the Cubs have this easy schedule.
They do.
The Cardinals have to keep the foot on the gas, and they haven't done it the last couple of days.
No, they haven't.
So they can't afford to lose games like that. Right. Even if an umpire plays a part in it,
you still got to win.
There were big mistakes in that game for the Cardinals that they can't make when you're trying to catch the Cubs, who are more talented than you up and down the roster. Their pitchers are catching fire. Their hitting's starting to get going a little bit again. But the Cardinals can't afford to do that. And then if you're the Cubs and you want to wrap this up a week before the season ends and get your guys some rest and all that,
get them all set up,
you can't lose 2-4 to the Reds.
No, you can't.
Right? So that's why last night's win was really important. That's why a comeback win today
would be huge.
And I think that would just even add more momentum for the Cubs, who are having a nice week.
It's going to be fun. And again, the Cubs, and this isn't the Cubs' fault or baseball's fault that they have an easier schedule down the way. The Cardinals have had the easier schedule to this point and just haven't taken advantage of it. That's what's maddening when you consider and go back to all these one-run losses all year. That is maddening to this team. And a lot of it comes down to an offense that just could not generate runs. And at least if you're a Cardinals fan, whether or not you get in the playoffs this year, at least you kind of have a pretty good idea right now of what you need. You need one thing in that order.
Yeah.
I mean, your pitching staff is fine. Your defense has gotten better, but I don't know if they can. I don't know if they can go just add somebody.
Or they have to go another way, like Kevin Wheeler told us, which is go defense-centric, run prevention-centric, because they tried it with Fowler to add some to that defense. It hasn't been enough.
No.
So maybe they'll go more that way and go more extreme, but they are really good at run prevention so far this season. And the run differential between these two teams still really close.
Isn't it crazy?
The Cubs plus 52, the Cardinals plus 48. That's why a game like last night
is huge.
It's so crushing for the Cardinals, and they've had a lot of those.
Yep, they have
so far this season. The Cubs trying to make this comeback right now. They are 9-8, one out in the bottom of the fifth. They were down 9-0 going into the bottom of the second inning as the Reds put up a 9 spot. But I was just thinking of this, because there's a lot of national media talk about Mitch Trubisky.
Oh, yes.
And the Chicago Bears. I mean, rookie quarterbacks and newness. What's the bigger sports story?
I saw this.
I'll say in October.
Okay.
We put it up in a poll question at Tay and J Show. Even September, October. So this fall, I said.
Okay.
The Cubs or Mitch Trubisky?
I don't think this is close. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm seeing this wrong, and maybe it's because I'm not a Bears fan. And I understand the excitement of having a rookie quarterback that so far is looking great. And why not in your mind elevate ahead and think, or look ahead and say, all right, this kid is going to finally be an answer for the Bears. I still think it's the Cubs, even though it's been such a weird season moving along, that I still would put now. Maybe it's closer than I think, but I still would say the Cubs would be the bigger story. Right? Well, of course, right now, but you're talking October.
I'm just talking September, October.
October.
What is the bigger story? The Cubs or Mitch Trubisky?
I feel like the Cubs have been scared. Now, don't get all jumpy on me, Austin, here. I can already feel it. Not scared. They're not scared. But I think Cubs fans have been scared of the way they've been playing this year. And now all of a sudden they're starting to play a little better. So I think the excitement level will continue to grow as the Cubs begin to play better.
Let me ask our interns this. I want to go around the room over there and get each intern's opinion. Austin, I know your personal feelings.
Right.
The Cubs are a bigger story than Mitch Trubisky. You being an Eagles fan wearing the Nick Foles jersey today.
Well, I just like something other than a Cubs jersey, believe me.
What is the bigger sports story? Say, you're the producer of the Jeremy Warner Show. What's a bigger sports story, the Cubs or Mitch Trubisky?
I've got to go with the Cubs just simply because of they've won the World Series last year. They finally got that monkey off their bat. I know the newness is worn off a little bit, but there's been some adversity in this Cubs team this year. It's not like it's been the Dodgers. They've won 50. They're 51 over 500. It's, hey, what if this Cubs team that is so great on paper misses the playoffs?
Yeah, what if they miss the playoffs?
What does that mean for Theo Epstein? What does that mean for Joe Madden? And I think that's why that's a bigger sports story than Mitchell Trubisky, even if with the NFL being that the big dog in Chicago.
Doubt. There's no doubt.
All right, Harry Black. Bigger story, Trubisky or the Chicago Cubs?
He's getting the mics situated. Here we go. None of you guys, I don't want you to make the effort to actually get out of a chair and come to the mic.
Can we all go around a mic instead of Harry going?
No, we don't want him to do that. I want him to all be comfortable in the other room, so we pass the mic around.
Here, let me stand up.
There you go. Harry stands up.
Purpose of being uncomfortable.
7'3". Don't you look at me.
All right, Trubisky or Cubs? I know how much you hate baseball.
No, this isn't just because I'm not a baseball fan, but I think that the story of the Cubs is kind of, I don't want to sound, anti-Cubs, but it kind of seems like it's reached its peak in them winning the World Series last year, whereas the Bears have never had a quarterback, and they have this guy that just showed a glimpse of maybe some hope. In Chicago, having a good preseason start is something to go crazy about if it's a quarterback. To say that they've never had a quarterback would be an understatement, because Jay Cutler is your best quarterback in franchise history. That's not good.
That's Sid Luckman guy.
And I think you've said it a bunch of times, Jeremy, if he does turn out to be even a halfway decent quarterback, no one's going to remember how much they gave up for him.
Right.
Because this town needs a franchise quarterback.
Even if he's Matt Stafford, it was worth it.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. All right, Nathan DeHaan.
And I still wonder if it's not a Bears town. I know the Cubs are such a story, and almost because of the failure they've had for most of their existence, that the excitement level of Cubs. But I know when the Bears are good, man, that city loves it.
All right, so we got 1 for Trubisky, 2 for Cubs. Nathan, what do you got?
I'm a Cubs fan and a Packers fan, so everything should point me towards the Cubs. I think Mitch Trubisky is the bigger story right now because Chicago's kind of city that loves the adversity and then overcoming it. You saw that with the Cubs last year, why it was such a big story. So the Cubs right now, they had their adversities and their struggles throughout the season. But like Harry said earlier, never had a franchise quarterback. If you got a solid quarterback that you got off the draft and he was in Chicago for 12, 13 years as a solid quarterback, started building a team around him, it would change the dynamic of what the Bears are looked at.
Okay. All right, Jack Long. What do you got? Trubisky or the Cubs? You break the tie for now.
This one is tough for me because I'm a huge Bears fan and a Cubs fan. But honestly, I'm going to go with Trubisky as well. I mean, the Cubs have had their struggles this year. They've been so up and down, and I'm still excited to see how the rest of it shakes out, of course. But I'm also really excited to see what Mitchell Trubisky can do. And after his first preseason game, I mean, like Harry said, a preseason game in Chicago.
We went nuts for
it.
Yeah, they did. They totally did.
All right, we got one more. Trevor Valise, right?
Trevor.
All right, Trevor, what do you got? Trubisky.
By the way, the Cubs have tied that game.
Yeah, they did tie the game.
Okay. 9-9.
9-9.
It's the Cubs. I don't even think it's that close. If I'm being
I don't either. I don't know why, but again, I'm not a
You're
Bears
a baseball
fan.
guy.
Yeah, and I'm a baseball guy.
You're a baseball guy. Harry's definitely a football guy. So I think you guys kind of even each other out. I know I'm not a Cubs fan. Mm-hmm. The Cubs were the story of sports last year.
No doubt.
This city, though, if Trubisky is not playing the first 3 or 4 games, he's still a huge story.
Without a doubt.
That's all people will be talking about because Mike Glennon looks the way he does, and he's an average to below average quarterback.
Poor guy.
It's a big part. I think it's because he looks the way he does.
I agree.
It's going to be a part of it. Trubisky is the biggest story this fall.
Yeah.
Now, if the Cubs go win the World Series, obviously they're a bigger story.
Right.
But I think Trubisky will be the talk of Chicago.
Okay.
Because there's hope.
Yep.
He looked good in his first, and they invested so much. There's so much on the line with what he is, and he's new.
Right.
He's the new story.
He is.
So the Cubs are a huge story. If the Cubs end up going to the World Series again, maybe they'll be the bigger story. But in my opinion, the newness, the hope, and the fact that everybody in that city, for the most part,
is a Bears fan. That's true.
You could say 60 to 70% of people are Cubs fans.
Right.
Well, it's going to be 80 to 90% are Bears fans, and every Sunday, everyone's going to watch that game. Not every game everybody's watching the Cubs.
No, that's fair.
And Trubisky and the quarterback situation, I think Trubisky is the most significant sport athlete in Chicago right now.
Interesting. Okay.
I mean, who else would be on that list?
No, well, there wouldn't
It'd be Bryant, Rizzo.
And really, those guys,
they're kind of together.
Yeah,
they're kind of,
you're right, exactly.
Kane and Tays, they're kind of together.
Right.
No one is more significant right now than Mitch Trubisky.
That's interesting. Without even a regular season game. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's the power of an NFL quarterback. It's the power of being a high draft pick.
Yep.
I wouldn't put a White Sox on that list quite yet, even though Moncada and Jimenez and Kopech are interesting.
They could get there.
A Chicago Bull, I'd put whatever their number 1 draft pick is next year.
Right.
Because it's going to be pretty high.
Right.
But right now, Mitch Trubisky is the most significant athlete in Chicago.
Which is very interesting. I find that very interesting, and I'm glad you brought that up because I think it's neat. I think we all understand as NFL fans, you do not have a prayer during a season if you do not have a good quarterback. You just don't. And you know that you have to have a good quarterback if you're going to do anything.
Unless you have one of the best defenses of all time and one of the better running attacks.
But you got to have a lot for that to happen, right? And a good quarterback can hide that. Even Manning, who would agree.
Like the Chiefs. Chiefs have a great defense.
Yes, they do.
They're not going to win in the playoffs.
No, they're not. So with just the thought even of that we finally have a guy that could be the quarterback that leads us after you sat there and watched Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers do what they've done
with some bad teams around them.
And then you watch, even the Vikings have had some good quarterbacks in the past. And then you look at Detroit, who's got a solid Matthew Stafford, and you just keep saying, all right, Jim McMahon was good. Sid Luckman back in the day was good. You've had your Eric Kramers and your Jim Millers. We went through the list.
No one's watched Sid Luckman, by the way. So we just dropped that name. No one saw him play.
I'm keeping him relevant because I'm one of the old guys that still remembers that name.
But I
didn't watch him play.
Like you were 30 years after you were.
No, without a
doubt.
Born
30 years after he played, basically.
He's your best statistical quarterback probably ever.
That's Cutler.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, with yards and everything. But wins and such, you'd have to go Luckman, right? I don't know. I'm not going to get an argument about that.
Luckman, Cutler.
Yep.
Light them up.
Let's see. Let's see who's better.
No one saw him
Jim
play.
McMahon at least won a Super Bowl, so I guess you'd throw him.
Cutler would have won with that team.
Yeah. Well, yeah. A lot of quarterbacks would have won with that team, without a doubt.
All right, so right now, the poll question at Tay and J Show, what is a bigger Chicago sports story? What do you think the split is on?
I'd be alarmed probably because I think it's a no-brainer with the Cubs. So, but I'll say after hearing this room,
this room went 4-3.
Yeah, I'll say it's 60-40 Cubs.
It's 60-40 Trubisky.
Is it really?
Yeah, we got
that is interesting.
263 votes so far. You can vote on that at Tay and J Show.
You Cub fans are already just spoiled. They just think,
they did it already.
Right.
I think it'd be the bigger story if they lost last
without
year,
a doubt.
right?
Without a doubt. Well, that is interesting. That's a cool poll because when I first saw it, honestly, my initial reaction was, really?
That's why I put the poll question. I'm like, am I ridiculous by thinking this?
You're not, obviously.
Yeah, so I thought it was going to be like 70-30 Cubs.
I did too.
Ends up right now, it's 60-40
That's
Trubisky.
crazy.
If you want to weigh in, 359-2255, that's 217-359-2255. You can call the Jupiters of the Crossing phone line or text the Chief Bauer text line. That's 217-359-2255. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Just search Tay and J Show. Download the WSJK app. You can watch us live on YouTube. Just search Tay and J Show. Get the podcast at ESPNCU.com or find us on iTunes. That's all powered by GTPS Insurance. I went through the interns already.
You just heard them.
Sean Harrington, ESPN college basketball analyst, will join us at 4:05. Talk about the Illinois basketball schedule.
Love it.
We'll start to preview a little bit of the Big Ten.
Okay.
Because we're trying to get used to it and get ready for this schedule as we broke that down yesterday.
Well, it's going to be here in like a week.
Yeah.
Big Ten basketball. I kid. They're moving it up this year.
We'll talk about Illinois football coming up. I chatted with Andrew Hayes Stoker, who's always great, and I did get Luke Buckus yesterday.
You did?
It's hard sometimes.
He's not a guy that loves to visit with the media.
No, but he was great.
That's not a rip on Luke.
No,
he's got his thing.
He was great.
That's awesome.
Even though the offensive line did not have a good day yesterday, we'll give you the latest on camp coming up. We're off a little early today for Cardinals at Pirates, and Austin Berkland booked a mystery caller/guest.
Interesting.
At 4:30.
Bruce Weber? Oh, he's just staring at me. He won't tell me.
Thank you. All right. When we come back, we got to give our guess. We got to give one guess.
Who it is.
So during the break, we'll give one guess of who we think it is.
Okay. I'll start thinking about that as we go along. All right. 359-2255. The clock is ticking. It's the Tay and J Show.
It's another day. Bob returns after helping the Franklins.
Hey, Bob, how's it going?
I feel bad. Rooter guys lost another one.
Oh, let me guess. You did another no-clog guaranteed sewer replacement.
Yeah, I do feel good knowing we fixed their problem permanently for 40% less than conventional methods.
Got sewer problems at your home or business? Call Stevens Underground Solutions. We'll see what's going on and give you multiple options for a permanent solution. Stevens Underground Solutions, 202-3385. We'll get you flowing again.
Guidance, trust, protection, service. It's the mantra of GTPS Insurance. When you work with GTPS, you'll never have to call an 800 number in a different state. You deal with people who live and work in our community and know it's important to your business. GTPS is your local source for business insurance, property, general liability, workers' compensation, and group health insurance, and they'll work with you to formulate the best package for the needs of you and your business. Contact a GTPS insurance agent today at 359-9000 or visit online at gtpsinsurance.com.
Join us this Saturday at Firehouse in Campustown for Tip a Firefighter. Join Champaign Firefighters starting at 4 p.m. as they host and guest serve food. All tips received during the event will go to help Champaign Firefighters Local 1260. Come out and meet the firefighters and get some great food and drinks at Firehouse. This is a family-friendly event. Firefighters will have helmets and bracelets for the kids. There'll also be a silent auction, 50-50 raffle, and the Jeremy Harper Band starting at 7 p.m. Come out for a great cause and a lot of fun. Saturday, August 19th, starting at 4 p.m. at Firehouse. Located in the heart of Campustown at 708 South 6th Street in Champaign and online at firehousebar.com.
From buyers and sellers inspections before the sale, protect your future with AA Marshall Home Inspection Services. We also provide radon testing with results back in 48 hours. From Champaign to Savoy and Gifford to Gibson City, protect your future with AA Marshall Home Inspection Services. Get more details and schedule your inspection today at aamarshall.net.
The same people you trust after a fire or water disaster will also keep your house clean year-round. That's because the specialists at ServPro of Champaign-Urbana and South Champaign County are trained in every category of cleaning, from mold remediation remediation to the cleaning of carpets, upholstery, air ducts, and crawl spaces. They're here to help protect every square foot of your most valuable possessions. Serve Pro of Champaign-Urbana and South Champaign County, or visit them at serveproofchampaignurbana.com. That's the bright green cleanup team at Serve Pro of Champaign-Urbana and South Champaign County. Franchises are independently owned and operated.
Hello, I'm Austin Berkland with the 330 Sports Center update presented by State Farm agent John Kaywood. Life insurance is one of those subjects that make people want to change the subject rather than admit they probably don't have enough. Find out how the benefits of life insurance can live on for your family. Call State Farm agent John Kaywood in Champaign at 217-367-1105. The Cubs, after winning on a walk-off, are losing right now. I wrote this a little too early. So it is now tied 9-9 right now, with back-to-back-to-back homers. The Cardinals were up 4-0 against the Red Sox in the top of the second, but the Sox clawed back and made it a 4-2 game in the bottom of the third. The Red Sox made a huge rally in scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the ninth, including the walk-off hit off the Green Monster by Jackie Bradley Jr. Yesterday, I said the Dodgers were 50 games over 500. Well, they beat the White Sox again 5-4. They are now 51 games over. And a hat tip for finding a double booking by WCIA 3's Brett Behrens that had Nebraska and Illini Wrestling playing on February 17th. The Illinois-Nebraska game has been changed to February 18th now. And that, my friends, is the Sports Center update.
The Jupiter's at the Crossing phone line. You can always weigh in 217-359-2255. Check out Jupiter's at the Crossing new gaming arcade area. Features brand new gaming cards that you can recharge with credits each time you come back to Jupiter's.
It is the Tay and J Show, ESPN Radio 93.5. We're going to hear from a couple of Illini football coaches coming up. We've got the injury report around 3:50. Going to ask about Bryce Harper. That was ugly the other day when he slid past first. Didn't slide, but he tripped essentially past first and kind of hyperextended his leg. Sean Harrington at 4:05. And then we've got a mystery caller at 4:30. Nothing is coming to my mind right now.
None of us know who it is.
Nope. Austin's the only one, correct?
Austin Berkland's the only one. I think... I got to guess.
Okay.
But you have no idea.
I don't.
You're just drawing a blank.
I'm sitting here thinking of different guys. Like I thought of like a D. Brown, but I'm like, he was just here.
I got one.
Okay.
Because I've tried for him one time and couldn't get him. I also tried for somebody that I would really like and couldn't get him.
Ooh. I the other day Googled Frank Thomas's agent. Yeah. and I could not, for some reason, it was a number that was old because I called it, and it was not the agent.
Tommy Herr.
Oh, my. If that happens.
I don't even want Austin to say anything.
No, I don't. I didn't.
That's
I
just my
looked
guess.
At him. Okay.
It's my guess.
My goodness. Well, you know what? I'll go Frank Thomas.
Okay.
I'll go Frank Thomas. You go Tom Herr.
Okay.
Are we way shooting above like what the
because these were like
our
favorite,
no doubt,
ball players growing up, right?
I've always said like if I could interview Tom Herr,
what if he got them at the same time?
Oh my goodness! Like they just
Tommy
happened to be,
and Thomas.
They just happened to be. Tommy Herr was in St. Louis, Saturday.
What if Austin went down there and got the digits and set it all up?
Got the digits. Tommy, Austin Berkland, Tay and J Show. Oh, I heard the show. I know the show. All right, 359-2255. We do have a call on the Cubs. Larry is in Champaign. Larry is our mystery caller. No, you're not. Larry, how are you doing?
Hey, man, I'm doing pretty good. How are you guys today?
We're great, buddy.
Hey, I got in my car and I got at the tail end of your conversation of your poll between the news, whether it's the Cubs or the Bears and these kind of things. Just a couple things from my perspective. Now, you're talking to a really, really old guy now. So, I'm talking old enough that when I was a kid, I had a card, and it was the Chicago Cardinals. That's
nice.
Back in the days when they were the Chicago Cardinals. Nice. So I go way back. But anyway, I spent some years up in Chicago teaching and coaching, and one thing they always said up there, it's a bear town. So no matter what the Cubs or White Sox do or the Bulls, when it comes right down to it, they consider themselves a bear town. And if there's any news for the Bears, it's going to be probably number one.
Got it.
My second little comment was, Lon, I got to go with you, and I'm going to take your side here. Sid Luckman has got to be mentioned in Bitter's quarterback. I know Jeremy says, that's,
Did you see him play? If you saw him play, go for it.
Back in the days when they didn't throw the football that much, Luckman put up incredible numbers. You know.
Okay, Larry, did you see him play? If you saw him play, I'll take your word for it. It's just everyone says Sid Luckman, and they never saw him play.
Yeah, I saw highlights. I've seen highlights.
You've seen highlights.
I am still too young to have seen him play in person. And remember, back in those days, they didn't televise games.
Right.
So I don't know of anybody other
That's
than
a good
the ones
point.
that witnessed him live. Yeah. But I did grow up knowing about him, of course, and I've seen highlights of him.
Sure.
And his numbers and his stats are outstanding for as little as they threw the football back in those days.
No doubt.
So I think if he played in this day and age, he'd be lighting it up with all those other guys that throw it 50 times a game. So want to throw it out there. But, Jeremy, you do make a good point. I did not see him play.
That's awesome. Well, Larry, thanks for the call, buddy.
Thanks for the call. And I know people are saying Jim McMahon. Oh, well, Jim played. I know he's a tough guy.
Oh, yeah.
Which cost him in life.
Yeah, no doubt.
But
he also had Walter
greatest
Payton,
teams.
Yeah, and a defense that was unbelievable.
You know what I mean? We should put a poll question out there: Luckman or Cutler? just Luckman or Cutler?
No, because all the kids are the ones that are going to be seeing
Luckman's
it. They're going to be like, is Sid Luckman actually even real? Yeah. I mean, do we even know that?
The legend of Sid Luckman. Do the Browns have this?
Like Wally Pipp.
Is that Kozar for the Browns? I know more people have seen him.
Yes.
But it's like Bernie Kosar is this Cleveland legend because he was an okay quarterback.
Yeah, well, and they were actually pretty good while he played.
Ernest Biner.
Right, and Dan Marino. You could go through and just name all the old school quarterbacks, although Dan Marino's not old school to me.
I'm just talking about the Browns.
Bernie. Well, just the Browns alone would be Bernie Kosar, yeah. I don't think they have anybody else. Do they? They'd have to be older. Otto Graham, was he there?
He's a legend because he was okay.
Mm-hmm. That's so true.
Like Sid Luckman, it's just no one has ever seen him play. And if you were alive and saw him play and said, oh, he was way better than Cutler, okay.
Then you'd take the word for it.
But everyone says Luckman, it's like, you didn't see. That's like people asking me, is Bill Russell a top 5 player of all time? I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
I didn't see him play.
That's exactly
I don't even really know with Magic and Bird because all I've seen are highlights.
Right.
I saw Jordan play. I've seen LeBron play. I've seen Kobe. I can rank those guys. I can't rank Bill Russell.
No.
I didn't see him play.
Some days somebody's going to have to do an all-time, what's the word I'm looking for, where the war and all that, what's that considered? What's that called? The
wins above replacement?
No, not war, but it's part of a, what's the word?
Pantheon? Well, I don't know what you're looking for
It's
here.
just what we do now. Like the part of baseball is, never mind. I'll think of it. It's in other words, WAR is a stat that we use now. Sabermetrics. That's what I'm looking for. If we could sabermetric every sport all the way back to 1900 to see
we
how
do.
good.
We do.
I mean, do they have that?
With basketball, they got win shares, all those things.
Okay.
And Bill Russell's really high. I get we can go stats, we can go all these things. I like to compare eras.
Yeah, of what you see.
Yeah,
that's
of what you've seen, and people they can look at Sid Luckman, but it was a different game.
Well, yeah, I mean they hardly threw.
Maybe Sid Luckman was the best quarterback of all time. I don't know.
Because back then,
I can just tell you he's the best I've ever seen.
Lauren Tate.
Yeah,
Lauren
probably.
Tate would know. So you'll have to ask him.
Play.
Yeah, you'll have to ask him the next time you see Lauren. He'll be the ultimate guy to answer that question.
I did not think Luckman Cutler would be part of today's conversation.
I love it.
Thank you for that, Harry Black. Yesterday, Chase Crouch did not practice.
Okay.
For Illinois.
Which is
I'm
interesting.
told he's okay.
Okay.
That he just got the day off. So we'll see if he's out longer. But it showed what Illinois has at quarterback.
It wasn't good, huh?
Jeff George threw 3 interceptions within the first couple minutes of practice.
Really?
Bennett Williams had 2 of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
That kid's a ball hawk.
Including a pick 6.
Okay.
Cam Thomas threw an interception very early in practice. Did not have a good day, Cam Thomas. And Jeff had a good end to practice, led a 2-minute drill where they scored a touchdown, had a pretty good 7-on-7. But the offensive line struggled as well. It was a struggle for the offense yesterday. It's kind of gone back and forth in the last couple of days. But Jeff George needs to take care of the ball better.
Okay.
And anyone that thinks Cam Thomas should play this year, he's not ready.
All you do is see him run a lot.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you see.
And he's a great athlete, really fast. this is Chase Crouch's team. And one of the keys of this season is Chase Crouch staying on the field.
Absolutely, and you're going to need that. And as you said, you saw a glimpse of it. Hopefully, the news today will that he will be there. I mean, that's been the thing. The great thing about this training camp is you haven't had any major injuries. You've had a little nicks here and there. I know even the tight end, Lewis Dorsey, has kind of been nicked up a little bit now. But it's one of those situations where you're waiting for some of these guys. You know they're not that beat up. You're waiting for them to come back.
The one that's getting to be a concern is Jalen Dunlap.
Okay.
Because Jalen hasn't practiced yet.
Okay.
Nate Hobbs hasn't practiced yet because he had mono.
Yeah.
So that's a concern at cornerback
Without
there.
doubt.
But Jalen Dunlap, you'd like to see him practice a little bit. They did start practice earlier this year.
Okay.
So, they had an extra week of practice, which actually opens up players to more injuries. So It doesn't make sense to me why they did this.
Goofy.
But
because they took away 2-a-days, right? Is that what they said?
So they added more practices for more chances to get hurt.
Yeah. That
By
makes
the
no
NCAA.
sense.
It doesn't make
So
any
that's
sense.
why Lovey doesn't mind, like he did last Friday, taking a day off on occasion to say, hey, we've got plenty of practice in. Not plenty. I think you can't ever get enough. But at least in his mind, we don't want to push it too hard so guys do start getting injured.
And Lovey will always side on holding a player out.
I agree.
Unlike the last staff.
No doubt.
Lovey is very cautious with injuries. We're not going to practice you on August 16th.
Right.
When we need you to perform in 2 or 3 weeks, right?
Which I like that, especially when you're this far away from a game still. I know it's close, but in reality, you're still till Labor Day before you play.
All right, I caught up with Luke Buckus yesterday to talk about his offensive line. Some true freshmen have impressed with their talent so far, but this is a very thin group. So I caught up with Luke Buckus yesterday to talk about that.
Coach Buckus, you got an interesting mix of some veterans who have done it a lot and a lot of youth. Just what have you seen from your group in the first couple of weeks?
Well, you know what? It's we've seen a lot. We've been here for 3 weeks, and guys have been playing some different positions, and we're trying some guys out here and there, and we're trying to find the best 5 that fit. And come first game, we're going to find the best 5 that fit. We're going to go out there, and they're going to fight and help this offense, help this team, help this university.
What have you seen from Gabe Meganson? Because obviously Nick and Christian feel like are veterans of that group. What have you seen from Gabe?
Well, I think it started in the offseason with Gabe. Kind of changed his mentality a little bit and found a routine and has improved from the offseason through spring ball, through summer, and now he's doing a lot of good things here in training camp. But like Coach Smith says, we just got to find the consistency to do it every day.
Nick taking over the leadership role, has that been natural for him, and what have you kind of seen from him in that aspect?
Yeah, that is a natural role for him. He is he's a leader. Guys look up to him. He's played a lot of football here, and he has those traits. He's a tough kid, smart, and he plays hard. So those are 3 traits that we look for when we talk about leaders.
How difficult is it for true freshmen to play on the offensive line in the Big Ten?
Well, if you're a fifth-year senior, it's hard to play on the offensive line in the Big Ten. When you got guys coming in as a true freshman, with high school offenses now being a lot more intricate and detailed and very well coached, you'd think it wouldn't be. But, hey, there's still a learning curve. It is a different game from high school to the college level. You got to be on it every single day, every play. So yeah, there's a big curve.
Physically, what does Larry Boyd bring?
Well, you said it. Physically, he's a physical guy, big, strong, and he moves his feet well. We got a long way to go with Larry, but there are definitely some good things that we look for, and he has them. Now it's our job to bring them out.
Alex, you guys kind of discovered him a little bit. I mean, what are you surprised at how ready he seems to be?
I'm not surprised in the way that I know he approaches this game, the toughness that he has, and just his mentality coming from his background, from his school, from his parents. When it comes to the football side, I know when we first started, this was he was doing it for the first time. So in that regard, yeah, it surprised me a little bit, but at the same time, I know his makeup. I know where he's from. I know what he's about. So it's pretty neat to see it happening like it is for him.
Last one, you played center a lot. Doug Kramer, this kid that was a gray shirt you added late last year. What's he added to your group? Doug's tough. Doug is, he's one of those kids that kind of embraces that underdog role, and we kind of screw with him a little bit. And he wasn't here last summer. He came here as a guy that the original staff
before us was going to Gray Shirt. So when he had the opportunity to come here last fall, and he's done a great job. He's competed every single day. So he brings an attitude that, hey, I'm going to work for everything I get, and that's kind of who he is.
That's Illinois offensive line coach Luke Buckus with some good insight there.
If I told you that Larry Boyd is healthy,
yeah,
and everyone is healthy,
that's a big if.
That is a huge if.
But if they are,
I've asked you this probably 10 times this spring or this training camp. What do you got across the board there on the offensive line?
I think got a pretty good run blocking crew.
Okay.
And I think they'll get better. Gabe has gotten better, maybe not as quickly as Illinois wanted or fans wanted.
Fair enough.
I don't know if Gabe's going to be a surefire NFL prospect like people thought when he was recruited, but he's got a high ceiling.
This is exactly where that 4-star thing can really be an enigma.
Yeah, and it really affects what you think of a player, and I understand that.
It does. It totally does.
But, I mean, Gabe still has that 4-star upside.
Okay.
This year, if he's just a solid 3-star redshirt sophomore, that's what Illinois wants. Yes. They want consistency, because even Gabe last year showed some flashes of, okay.
Right.
That's what people saw. I think for Gabe, he's a laid back,
he totally
fun, jokester kid.
Yep.
You can't have that on the football field.
Okay.
Right? And you can have that playing Central Illinois football at the 4A level.
Sure.
You can't have that playing Big Ten football. I mean, Nick Allegretti has got that mean streak
that edge.
about him.
He's got the Luke Buckus to him.
Luke Buckus has that mean streak. You got to have that.
Right.
Play in and play out. I think Gabe realized I got to focus more mentally, and I need to get, have that on switch on all the time, because he needs to be reliable this year. With possibly 2 other true freshmen being a part of this top 6,
he's got to be reliable.
He's got to be reliable. Doug Kramer's going to give you what he can give you. I think he'd be a solid player, a reliable player, but there's a ceiling to what Doug can do because he's a small guy. Palczewski and Boyd have talent, but they're going to have some ups and downs because they're freshmen.
You're going to love them in a couple of years.
Yeah.
I mean, you might like Boyd this year. What the heck? Meganson will be a guard.
Oh, he can play tackle.
He can do tackle if needs.
I'd rather have him be guard, but if Boyd's playing and Boyd and Delore are the surefire tackles.
Got it.
They're the only surefire tackles.
Right.
I think Gabe's a better guard than a tackle.
And then your guards would be Allegretti and
Palczewski
or Gabe.
Yeah.
And then center would be either Allegretti or Kramer.
Right.
Is what you're talking as we go along. But all of them, most of them can kind of switch around. But the younger you are, the more fear there is in that. But that's why you love a guy like Allegretti that can jump into center or he can jump into the guard role if you need it.
Also caught up with Andrew Hayes Stoker, has a talented group of wide receivers, maybe the best group on the team. I mean, linebackers or running back, we know more about them, but wide receiver could be one of the better groups in the Big Ten if they're healthy. Caught up with Andrew Hayes Stoker and talked about his group.
It's a growing experience with these guys, but what's it been like to see them all on the field and be able to rotate them and see it all on the field?
I want to get them all on the field at the same time. That's what I'm trying to do. It's been good, though, because a lot of the guys that hadn't played that much have had an opportunity to get some reps and learn. And then the guys that have played more, they've had a chance to coach. And I think anytime you can coach something, it helps you know it a little bit better.
How's that all impacted Malik? He's the kind of guy that had to do a lot by himself last year. What's all this talent around him added for him?
I think he sees some of the young talent. I think it's pushed him some. I think he wants to show that he's the leader of the pack, and that's kind of just created a competitive edge that we didn't necessarily have last year.
How's it feel to have 18 on the field? How's he look?
I love having 18 on the field. Right now, it's a work in progress, just trying to keep him on a pace to where we don't wear him out. He hadn't really played in 2 years, so really thinking not necessarily about today, but also about November and hopefully into January. So we want to put him on a pitch count early on right now to let him get comfortable and to just get the feel of taking some of the hits and falling down ways that you can never work until that actually happens.
What do you see from him? Because this is the first time you've seen him a lot on the field. What are you seeing from him?
He's got quickness. The thing you see about him is he's kind of got a jerky movement to him. It reminds you some of what you'd see from those New England guys, and Edelman and Amendola. He has those twitchy type movements that you ask him to run a route that typically is a route that's covered by most defenders, and they have a hard time. I think he's a threat to other people. He's a threat to the defense. He's a threat to defenders that have to try to attach him man to man.
About 2 weeks of practices with Ricky. How's he been performing so far?
Ricky's a good player. Ricky's got a chance to be really, really good. Ricky's got excellent hands. He's got a feel for the game, and he's come in and he's learned it. He's embraced it. He's got a good attitude. He really does. So I've been really pleased with Ricky. He's been exactly what I thought he'd be.
competitive and kind of older than freshman. Is that
That's
kind
right,
of the
yeah. He's got more, he's got an older soul. So he does have a presence about him. I think that's one thing you can say about Rick is that he has a presence. And he carries that onto the field. He's got confidence. He's not worried about a senior going out there to lock up on him one-on-one. The age for another guy that he's playing against means nothing to him.
Dom Thieman's a kid some people forget about. What have you seen from him so far?
I think Dom's been the guy that's had, one of the better camps, if not the best camp so far to this point. Dom is a guy that we challenged early on. He's coming off the ankle, so we challenged to see how tough he was going to be, how much he'd push through. He's responded well in that. He's taken quite a bit of reps, but, he's made some really big plays. And Dom gives great effort, and it means a lot to Dom. He's very intentional about what he does, so he's been a great surprise for this camp. He's been really one of the better performers in camp. And if you look at the growth that he's had from last season to this season, he's been at the top of the board for that.
Physically, what's he bring?
Physically, he brings size, he brings length, but he also brings an intensity. He runs harder than anybody. When I say harder, I don't know if he's the fastest guy, but his effort level it's very intense effort level. So he runs really hard, and I think he has the ability to be imposing on the defender.
The two other freshmen, Carmani and Kendall, we've seen flashes from both of them.
Yeah, Carmani had a really good day today. I think for Carmani, it's about keeping his focus at the right place, and it's a challenge for him to focus on the right things. When he's doing that, he can go and he can grind, because you can see he's got quickness, he's got the ability to make people miss, and he's got a burst. And, Kendall Smith, he has been a nice surprise. Strong hands as we expected, but the way that he's picked the playbook up and then his durability have been some things that really catch your eye.
It's a talented group that Andrew Hayes-Stoker has.
Where'd he come from, Andrew Hayes-Stoker?
Oh, he's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers wide receiver coach.
That's right. Okay. I like hearing him. I like hearing him talk. It is amazing as he was talking about all that talent, I started thinking to myself, it's a good problem to have. He's got a hard little problem here to figure out, all right, who are my best to get out? Now you got Malik.
Now every coach on the team wants that problem.
Exactly.
Hardy Nickerson has it at linebacker.
Great call.
Thad Ward has it at running back. Stoker has a wide receiver. You want that problem at defensive line, offensive line, secondary, quarterback.
That's what you got to get to. That's what you got to get to. That's interesting, man. And Dom Thiemann, like you said, Dominic Thiemann, he even said it. Everybody or you said it. I'm the guy. I always forget about him.
Two of the top 4 players on this team are wide receivers. Mike Turner and Mikey Duda.
Yeah.
Another one could be in the top 10. I think that's Ricky. And then I think a couple other guys could be in the top 20, whether it's Dom Thiemann.
Man.
This is a very talented group.
It's exciting, and Malik hopefully has a huge senior year. Hopefully Mikey Dudek has a great bounce back year. He missed 2. So I'm anxious. Now I gotta make sure Chase is getting him the ball.
Yep.
That's what you gotta hope for.
Bryce Harper, when will he be back? Will he be back in time to play the NL Central winner?
We'll do it next. It's the Tay and J Show.
When you hit the brakes in time, but the guy behind you doesn't, get it to Gerber. When your teenager puts the dent in Stu Dent Driver, get it to Gerber. Gerber Collision and Glass. Call 877-7-GERBER. Gerber comes highly recommended.
This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. What will you do during the next market correction? At Provident, we believe a sound financial plan is the surest way to avoid panic during market volatility. Contact us today to put a plan in place for you. Find us online at ProvidentFinancialGroupLLC.com. Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network.
Provident, partnerships built on trust.
Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Romans 15:13 states, "May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in Him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit." Hope is not a what or a when or a why. Hope is in the Lord. This message brought to you by the Blossom Basket Florist.
We turn your feelings into flowers. The Blossom Basket Florist. The florist you pick.
Why drive to Key West when you can enjoy the new Tiki Bar and Patio at Daly's Sports Bar, 116 West Washington Street in Philo. With 9 flat-screen TVs and the MLB package, you can take in your favorite team's action live. Daily drink specials Wednesday through Friday evening from 5 to 9 p.m. Enjoy the Daly's Outback Food Wagon on the patio featuring special burgers, sandwiches, shrimp baskets, fried and grilled cod, nachos, tacos, and cheesy fries. Now through August 25th, enter to win a trip to Las Vegas with $100 cash drawings every Friday. There's no purchase necessary to enter and win. Code sponsored by XL Entertainment. Illinois' most chosen terminal operator. Play slots and win some cash at Dailies, featuring the latest and hottest slots. Come in and play slots, have a blast, some great food and drinks, and hit the jackpot. Be sure and enter for your chance to go to Vegas now through August 25th with $100 cash drawings every Friday at Daily Sports Bar, 116 West Washington in the heart of Philo. Must be 21 or older to play slots. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
For nearly a decade, Prospect Bank has operated as a part of Edgar County Bank and Trust Company. And recently, we consolidated our operations under the Prospect Bank name, a name that reflects who we are today and where we hope to go in the future. Hi, I'm Eric Volkman, Prospect Bank President and CEO. I'm here to tell you that thanks to the trust this community has shown us over the years, our bank is growing. And you're going to see the Prospect name in lots of new places across Illinois. Learn more about how we can help you at bankprospect.com.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's Lante
and Mike Carpenter.
And starting Monday, August 21st, join us weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. for Tay and Carp.
You can tune in to ESPN 93.5 or stream worldwide on the WSJK app and ESPNCU.com.
When you're heading home, Tay and J are on your way talking sports. Weekday afternoons 3 to 6 here on ESPN Radio 93.5.
Tay and J Show, Lante, Jeremy Warner. You never sit there and hope for injuries. I hope you're not one of those fans, but if you're a Cubs fan and you saw what happened to Bryce Harper the other day, you start thinking to yourself, ooh, that wouldn't be bad if he wasn't playing in that lineup come postseason, but Bryce, it doesn't sound like is injured as bad as we thought.
Yeah, let's get to the Jupiters at the Crossing phone line. Which doctor are we talking to?
It's Dr. Matthew Gordon.
Oh, it is Matthew
Gordon. It is
Gordon.
Matthew Gordon.
How you doing, Matthew? How you doing today?
Doing good. How you guys doing?
Good,
doing
buddy.
Well. This is Metler Center Physical Therapy Injury Report brought to you by Metler Center Physical Therapy. You can visit them online at metlercenter.com. That was a scary fall for Bryce Harper. Looked like it's torn everything, but it's a deep bone bruise, which doesn't sound too bad, Matthew, but then I think about it. A bone being bruised sounds painful.
Well, yeah, that's a good way to put it. I think, we've talked about bone bruises a couple times, so just to give people kind of an extent of like how long some of these injuries can last. So a bone bruise was what took Andrew Bogut out of the playoffs a couple years back. It was what happened, I believe it was just last season with Kevin Durant as they were making that playoff push and everything. So these are things that, as you're coming back, really the number one rule is don't let that area get hit again. So a bone bruise, when it happens, it's not a fracture in the sense that the bone breaks all the way through, but it's basically like the outside layer of the bone gets crushed. The example I always like to use, and unfortunately I have this because I'm not really good with a hammer, but if you try to hit a nail with a hammer and you whiff and you hit the 2x4, you just created a wood bruise, you could say. So that's basically what happened. The part of that femur that got hyperextended, it's not supposed to have that compression into it. So when all of a sudden his weight went onto that part of the bone, all of a sudden it kind of crumpled in or it got compressed in, just like if that hammer hits a 2x4. Yeah. And that's what he's left with. It didn't break the bone. It didn't go all the way through, but that outer layer of the bone just got bruised.
And you can't do anything about that, right? Just rest?
Yeah, so what can you do? I mean, and how long's the timeline to come back?
Yeah, I mean, treatment for this, literally they just say, like, don't do it again. Stay off of it. You want to put, in this case, like a brace on it probably while he's just kind of doing his normal stuff so that it doesn't get injured again. There are some newer techniques out there that they can potentially do to help stimulate some of that healing. Getting NSAIDs or anti-inflammatories in there can help because, again, with a bone bruise, there's going to be a lot of bleeding around there, hence the bruise component of it. But, yeah, I mean, the biggest thing right now is just, take it easy, don't do it again. The stuff he can be doing would be stuff to keep his cardiovascular up, so stuff with his arms, arm bike. He could be doing stuff with, like, breathing masks. He might even be able to do some light stuff from a non-weight-bearing standpoint, maybe some pull work, keeping his arms and everything else that he can do in shape. And then as far as timetable, so a lot of that really depends on how bad of an injury it was to that bone. Kind of a general rule of thumb, and I think this is what Durant was around too, is about 2-3 months. But hopefully it wasn't as bad, because it really did look like a bad injury. So hopefully it's not as bad as it looked in this case again.
If you have an ache or pain like Bryce Harper, you can get a free consultation at Mettler Center Physical Therapy. Just go to MettlerCenter.com for more information. Matthew, we always appreciate the time and information.
You're very welcome. Have a good day, guys.
You too, buddy. Good stuff there. All right, next hour, we're loaded up with guests. Sean Harrington, ESPN college basketball analyst. We'll ask him. Illinois basketball schedule has been released, including the Big Ten portion. A little goofy with a lot of away games and then all of a sudden a lot of home games. Ask him about that.
Oh, we also have a mystery caller at 4:30, a guest that Austin Merklin book that nobody knows but him.
He won't even smile when he looks at you.
No, he's like really serious about it.
Man.
Trevor Rosenthal, 10-day DL. Elbow irritation.
Yeah.
Right posterior elbow irritation.
I think I've got that.
Luke Weaver has been recalled and will take his spot on the active roster.
Oh, boy. Here it starts again. Hey, we had that run. Remember when we were tied for first? Remember. It's the Tay and J Show.
Escape to Legends Golf Course in Champaign for your next round of golf. This well-maintained 9-hole course sits nestled off Staley Road in Champaign. Legends hosts a top-quality range and facility to work on your game or an afternoon of family entertainment. Wanting to take your game to the next level? Legends offers club and fittings, PGA certified lessons from Greg Flessner. Legends Golf Course. Take a swing with them off Staley Road in Champaign.
DP Dough is the original Calzone company, and they cater all types and sizes of events, from office orders to private parties to entire visiting football teams. Everyone will be sure to enjoy something different than the same old sandwiches or pizza. DP Dough also delivers to nearly all of Champaign, Urbana, and Savoy until late at night. So give them a call or order online when you're hungry and no one else is delivering. With over 1 million calzones served since opening in 2006, DP Dough is sure to satisfy and fill you up. DP Dough, the original Calzone company.
Randy describes the family affair at Curtis Orchard.
So it's a good fit for not only me, but for most family members, because we have a really diverse package of skill sets within the family. And the good thing is we enjoy each other personally as well. We joke with each other, why are we all going out to eat together when we just spent the whole day working together? So yeah, we go from about 6 or 7 family members full-time year-round to 120 seasonal employees. And that's a lot of responsibility every year to train how to interact properly with the public, because they are our image to the public. So we really try our best to bring people on board that are very friendly and for people to experience the Curtis Orchard as the family's heart intends it to be, that we want them to feel loved and cared for and their needs met.
Open now Monday through Saturday 9 to 6 and on Sundays 11 to 6 at CurtisOrchard.com.
You've heard me doing my hobby. Roll 'em up! Warner Wrap, go! I also have a real job as co-owner of 2 insurance agencies with more than 50 years of service to Central Illinois. Hey, it's Lon Tay, and I'm excited to do business with you. For a free business, auto, home, or life insurance quote, call me at 832-2411. Partnering with Pekin Insurance, you're guaranteed to receive a competitive quote. Going beyond the expected with Pekin Insurance and the Hillard Agency. Call 832-2411. Your 4-legged friends need protection too. Pet insurance from Pekin Insurance covers cats and dogs at least 6 weeks of age or older as an enhancement to your homeowner's coverage. Choose between $2,500 or $5,000 worth of coverage for a variety of pet health services. You can even take your pet to the veterinarian of your choice. Learn more at PekinInsurance.com or ask your local agent about how to protect your furry family members. For pet insurance that is beyond the expected, contact Pekin Insurance today.
Baxter's Grill in Champaign serves up classic American cuisine made with the freshest ingredients. And now, all summer long, you can enjoy Baxter's delicious food and ice-cold drinks outside in their spacious outdoor bar and patio. In addition to their signature appetizers and entrees, Baxter's has happy hour specials 6 days a week, including half-price bottles of wine on Tuesdays and $2 Coronas and $4 margaritas on Thursdays, along with live music on Thursdays and Saturdays. Baxter's American Grill, 100 Trade Center Drive in Champaign.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign, Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Here's your ESPN Radio 3-day forecast brought to you by Chief Bauer. Trust the experts at Chief Bauer Service Experts to keep you cool all summer long. Call 866-EXPERTS or visit them online at chiefbauer.com. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 63. Tomorrow, sunny, clear, high 85. low of 65. Saturday, mostly sunny, high 84, low of 63. Right now, mostly sunny, 85, feels like 90 in Champaign-Urbana. Like a quarterback's top receiver, B-Dubs has the perfect wing sauce pairing for our Blue Moon Belgian white beer called Blue Moon Barbecue. Available for a limited time while supplies last. Blue Moon Barbecue only at Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings Beer Sports. Please drink responsibly.
Tay and J Show, Lon Tay, Jeremy Warner. When you were in high school, what was your call at quarterback? You weren't a quarterback, right?
I was not a quarterback.
What was your quarterback? Was it green, 40?
Blue, 32.
Blue. Is it either blue or green?
Yeah.
Is that what everybody goes with, pretty much?
I think red was when we audibled.
Ah!
Yeah.
Never thought of that.
So a lot of them were dummy signals.
Okay. It wasn't lizard?
When
lizard,
it was
lizard?
red, like 55, it was a 55 sweep.
Oh, don't you be giving away things for Piatone.
The coach is long gone. We're all long gone.
Does Piatone even have a football team?
Yes, we do.
You do?
We went 0-9 my senior year.
Oh, boy. But they're the Blue Devils.
We won a playoff game my sophomore and junior year.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that was like the first time we'd ever won playoff games.
This is the thing that needs to be shared tomorrow. But not only have you and I put together, I think, a really good sports show for almost 7 years, you and I both graduated from high schools with the Blue Devils is the name. Piatone and Villa Grove. That's pretty cool. There's only like 6 Blue Devils. Well, I think there's only 5 now because Windsor, I'm not even sure they're a school anymore.
Yeah.
So it's all the Blue Devils are dying off.
So Austin Birkeland had asked me for Sean Harrington's number.
Yeah.
And I knew it off the top of my head.
You did, which is weird.
Like there are certain people I know off the top of my head. I think my mother.
Yeah, I've got mom still.
My parents' home phone.
Right.
I think my dad.
Do they still have a home phone?
Yeah, they
okay,
do.
That's awesome.
My wife.
Okay.
Sean Harrington, Derek Piper, and Brad Sturdy.
That's great. That's amazing.
Because he had them on so often that I just memorized.
I don't even know. I've never known yours. I've never known yours. Yeah. Isn't that funny? Yeah, I'm the same way. And Lucas, my son's, there's a couple of Cardinal connections in there. It's the only reason I remember it. It's funny with cell phones. That's the one thing we don't remember numbers anymore. Yeah. And back in the day, man, you knew everybody's number.
Had to know it.
You had that hot chick, and you knew exactly what the number was. All right, it's time to hit the Jupiters at the Crossing phone line. Great place to hold your fantasy draft is at Jupiters at the Crossing.
Yeah. Sean Harrington, ESPN college basketball analyst, and Elgin Maroon joining us now. How you doing, Sean?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Good, buddy.
Did you like being a Maroon in high school?
I did. I mean, I think part of it was my dad was the high school coach, so I had followed them since I was in kindergarten. So you know how that is. You grow up idolizing teams for 10 to 12 years, so you wanted to be in that uniform and be a Maroon. So I think that was probably why it always was cool to me because I just grew up being around it. But how many Maroons are there? I would like to. Probably only a couple of those.
Or Clinton. Yeah, Clinton Maroon, Champaign Central.
Yeah,
that's true. A couple around here.
Sean, I was just wondering, like, would you rather have been like a Wildcat? Like at any point in your life, where you're like, man, we're just a color that no one. It's not even in the crayon box. A Maroon.
Yeah, no, it's
poor guy.
It was. I just stayed the Indian route, going from the Maroons to the Fighting Illini. So we actually had the same fight song as Illinois in high school. Little did I know that, and so we kind of put two together. So that was kind of a cool connection as well.
Should have been a Saluki. Then you could have had all the maroon colors still.
There you go.
Way to go, Sean. Way to ditch my school.
Well, Sean, we had the Big Ten basketball schedule come out, and this is a unique one with Illinois, or the Big Ten, playing at Madison Square Garden. It's a week early for the Big Ten tournament. First, let's get your thoughts on that. What do you think of Illinois going to Madison Square Garden a year after going to D.C.?
Yeah, it takes some getting used to be honest. Obviously, the Big Ten's always been Indy. It's always been Chicago. That's just what you're used to. The majority of the teams are Midwest teams. I understand trying to get some of that market and going in some of those big venues, but moving it definitely is an adjustment for the Big Ten, just the way that it's been for so many years. And Madison Square Garden is awesome. So I think anytime that you can be in Madison Square Garden, it is a good thing. To showcase a conference, showcase your team, whether it's just playing in a conference tournament there or an event or a game there. It's one of the best venues in the country. So to be there, I think, is really, really good for the league. I think playing 2 weeks before the NCAA tournament is really bad for the league. And it'll be really interesting to see. I know coaches don't like it already but you're really going to hear them talking about it when it gets closer. And you lose that quarterfinal game, or even if you win and get to the championship on Sunday, there's the potential that you've got anywhere from like 12 to 15 days off before you play the most important games of your season in the NCAA tournament. So I know coaches are not going to like that. I've talked to some coaches already that have voiced their opinions on that. But it's really going to hit them, I think, when it happens at the end of the season.
What is the fear there? Obviously not having a game and all you're doing is practicing. Sometimes you hear a coach say, I can't wait to get them in a gym for 7 days and just get back to practicing, getting back to the fundamentals. But is it just the aspect of being able to play in a game? That's the key, right?
Yeah, it's timing, it's rhythm. I guess you could look at it from the one side. If you're banged up at all, you've got a lot of time to get healthy.
Right.
So that's a positive thing if you got any guys that are fighting some injury bugs or, so many times you see a kid maybe go down in a conference tournament game. So now you've got 2 weeks to get better and healthy. So that's a positive. But it's a long time to not go through any game action. It's a long time to not make adjustments. You're just kind of sitting on what you did based on the last game, and you have to judge everything on that. And the players get antsy. When you get in the conference season and you're playing every third day, that's what they want. They don't want to practice for 3, 4 days, 5 days at a time. Now you're asking to practice 10, 11, 12 days without a game in sight. And, as players, we hated the bye week because you'd have 5, 6 days there in between games that you wouldn't be able to do anything. So this is a double bye week before you get to the NCAA tournament. You're itching to get out there. So as a player, you're going to hate sitting. As a team, you could get a little stagnant. It'll be interesting to see if anybody tries, if it stays like that, will you try to schedule a game late in there and get somebody to play maybe, even if it's a D2 or a D3, something like that you could maybe sneak in to just get that rhythm, get that balance. And then you also look at it from the bubble standpoint. Any team that's on the bubble,
great point.
You see what happens sometimes is the more you're off, you just kind of get forgotten about. And if there's a bubble team and all these other games are going on, you just start dropping down the list the longer you're not playing. So if you're a bubble team, you want to play as long as possible to stay in the committee's mind and stay in their eyes. And even if you make a run here in the tournament, you're sitting now for 2 weeks while everybody else is making some noise.
Sean Harrington always has great points, and that's why we love having him on. Sean, I wanted to ask you about being a player and the schedule. It's easy for me as a fan to be selfish and say I don't want it in New York because I can't attend, whereas in Chicago or Indianapolis I can go to the Big Ten tournament. As a player, do you look at a schedule, you guys, and say, oh, cool, we get to play at Madison Square Garden?
I was actually going to ask that too. It's like, that's a great experience
no
for
doubt.
those players.
We don't ever think about it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, to this day, growing up, I always wanted to play in Maui. Always. Cool. You watch it on TV, it's right before Thanksgiving, it's feast week, and you're eating all the food, and those are the games leading up to it. So it was a dream to play in Maui and be in that tournament. So something like that was awesome. Getting to go to Madison Square Garden to play a game is a dream, and it's just one of those venues you grew up watching. All those, Knicks teams and, the Bulls-Knicks rivalry growing up in my era. So you always wanted to play in places like that. So players get excited about where they go. I think fans and coaches probably worry more about location. To be honest, in the NCAA tournament, we didn't care where we were sent. We were just excited that we were in the NCAA tournament. We were excited to go somewhere new. So Madison Square Garden is a new place, definitely a place that you look forward to as a player, and you did. You always look at your non-conference and say, where are we going to get to go? Is there a cool place we get to go? Is there a cool arena that we get to play in? Because you know who you're going to play in conference, and you know where you're going to go. So non-conference is always kind of that time that you look to say, where do we get to go? It's going to be different. That's going to be kind of cool and unique.
Well, one place Illinois gets to go different is Allstate Arena. Haven't been there since 2005 with a special game that happened there.
I remember.
And they'll be playing Northwestern on December 1st for the Big Ten opener. They come back 2 days later to play Maryland, and then they got a month off. With everything going on in the Big Ten, whether it's Northwestern not being there. I know Minneapolis is going to have the Super Bowl, so that's impacted the schedule as well. What do you think of that you're going to have 2 Big Ten games in early December and then a month off?
Yeah, it'll take some getting used to. We've seen it a little bit in some other conferences. I think from a fan perspective, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
If you look at kind of the way that schedule's set up, you got Wake Forest, ACC Challenge, and then you get to go right into 2 conference games. So as a fan, I think that's a pretty cool week where normally you'd maybe see some smaller schools on the schedule at that time, and you're just kind of waiting for that bragging rights game to get there and Big Ten season to follow that. This throws in 3 pretty good games.
No doubt.
Right within a week there. So I think from a fan perspective, it's really cool. The players are going to love it just because it's meaningful games early on in the season to get those juices really flowing. Sometimes by that time of the year, you play maybe 4 or 5 teams that you know you're going to beat as long as you play well. And you still have 4 or 5 more of those teams maybe on the schedule. So this breaks it up for the players that there's marquee names as the opponent. There's a Big Ten game riding on the line. So they'll be excited about it. As a player, you always want to play in big-time games. You always want to have a big-name opponent across the way from you. So I think the players will really like it. And from a coach perspective, it's probably a little early that you're going to have to really get some game planning going, but you're going to have to play those games at some point anyway. It's not advantage or disadvantage because both teams are in the same situation. So from that perspective, I don't see it being too big of an adjustment.
Sean, Lon and I had this discussion yesterday. I mean, this non-conference schedule has a few tests when it comes to Wake Forest, Missouri, but otherwise, this is a pretty easy schedule. They have a tournament, quote unquote, at home with Marshall as the premier opponent there. Right. I know they had the Illini Classic. It's kind of like that. Lon and I had this discussion. For this team, a young team, sometimes it might be nice to have an easier schedule early and an easy non-conference schedule to build some confidence. I said I'd rather just have a loaded schedule. Yeah. For one, I think it's entertaining for fans.
Amen.
And I think it could, have a team maybe lift up its play and say, hey, this is how you're going to have to play during conference season. What do you think? What's the best? Do you change it based on year to year? I mean, you've done a lot of scheduling. What do you think is best? Just to load it up or to kind of change it based on your team?
Yeah, I think when you really get your program going the way that you want it going and you have some stability, I want to load it up. And I'm just going from the competitive side, the player side. Still one of the most exciting and fun seasons I've ever been a part of was my sophomore year playing at Illinois, and our non-conference schedule was absolutely stacked. And it seemed like every single night, I'd have to look back on it, but I feel like we played 7 or 8 ranked opponents in the non-conference. And we went to Maui, played Maryland and Arizona there. Maryland and Arizona both went to the Final Four that year. We played Arizona again at the United Center. We played Duke out in Greensboro. We played Missouri, who was a top 10 team at the time, and the bragging rights. We went to Texas, who was a top 25 team at the time. It was just fun. It was just every week you turned around and you saw someone on the schedule that you were excited about. And we were excited about his players. And joking about it with Bill Self after the fact, when I became part of his staff, he goes, he joked around and said, Lon tried to get me fired before I took the job, I think, when he stacked the schedule on me. But, knowing Bill Self, he loves it too. He likes to go and play that kind of schedule. So he had a lot of fun with it that year as well. It's hard. You have to have a very good team. You have to have an experienced team to do stuff like that. But obviously, I think if you ask the fans, they absolutely loved that season because it was every week there was at least one team on the schedule that was going to be ranked and exciting. And it did lift our play. You couldn't take a night off. We were excited as players, so it brought out a lot of emotion in us. But because you knew you couldn't just show up and win, because we were playing really good teams that year. So it does raise the level of play from your players, but I understand it as well. The coaches need to win games, and they're looking out for themselves too. Coaches are getting fired a lot earlier these days than they used to. They don't stick around if they're not winning. So they got to get their wins non-conference. The Big Ten's a grind, game in and game out, so they know they're going to get a lot of competitive games there. So I understand it both ways, but obviously from a fan perspective, from a player's perspective, I want to get big time names on the schedule and have some fun with it.
Sean Harrington, ESPN college basketball analyst. He joins us during the basketball season. We always love it. Well, Sean, after you play those first 2 early Big Ten games, then you take a month off, then you get back into the Big Ten, and 4 of your first 5 are on the road. What is that like as a player when it seems
5
like
of 7?
Or if you include the first 2, obviously. But what is that like as a player when it seems like every game you're playing is on the road, and it's like, we want to get back home? I know you make up for it later, but what is that like? That's got to be a tough stretch to have, like in this situation, 4 of 5 between January 3rd and January 19th.
There's no question. It's hard to win on the road in the Big Ten, and you have to keep that in perspective as you go through it. It's one of those things you have to keep the mindset to not get buried. And obviously you want to win some of those games, but if they don't all go your way, you do have to remember that the schedule evens out. And we've done it a little bit with you guys. I know we've talked about that plus-minus system in the standings, where you get a +1 for a road win, you lose a point for a home loss, everything else is a 0 because you're supposed to lose on the road, you're supposed to win at home, so that evens each other out, and you can kind of see where you are in the standings. And I remember one year as a player, we had an unbalanced schedule, and we dropped a couple games early, and then we kind of looked at that plus-minus, and we said, hey, look, if we just take care of business the rest of the way out, we're still in first place. And even though in the standings we're 2 games behind in the loss column, these teams got to come back to us. We know we're not going to lose to them when they come to our place, and we have that kind of mentality. And so you have to keep it in perspective that early on, if you drop a couple of those games, you're still in it because everybody's either got to come back to you. You still have a lot of home games on the back end. So it'd be interesting to see a team that doesn't have a lot of experience or doesn't have a lot of veterans if they can keep that perspective as well.
Sean, Michigan State is the number 1 team.
Yes.
Who are your next 4 after that in the Big Ten going into this year?
Good luck.
Yeah.
Kind of looking at it, I'll be honest. You kind of have to look at maybe freshmen that are going to impact teams early, any kind of transfers that can be around. Minnesota's a team that jumps out at you because they have so many guys back. They got a really good defensive back line. You got a playmaker in Mason. So you like that they have a lot of guys coming back that had a good run last year. Purdue is a team that's always tough. They're going to get you defensively. Again, some core pieces coming back. I think that's always something to look forward to is who's got maybe some veterans, who's got some seniors that can maybe lead the team. And you start looking around then. Northwestern is a team that has a lot of guys back, NCAA tournament run, win a game in the NCAA tournament, and have a good game against Gonzaga there that was exciting. So they're another team that maybe sticks out at you, but I think it's very difficult to pick kind of the order at this time. But those are maybe 3 teams that jump out at you early that could maybe make a run for that top of the league. And I still think, not that Penn State's a team that can be in the top 4, but I think this is a year that Penn State needs to make a jump. And they've got a lot of guys back. You look at who's got a lot of guys back, and they do. So, but I think those 3, maybe Minnesota, Northwestern, Purdue, kind of jump out at you early as maybe the early contenders to maybe try to hang with Michigan State. And then obviously it's the old Wisconsin.
Well, I was
Why
going
would
to
you
say
bet against them until they don't finish in the top 4? But
right.
I don't see it on paper. You look at what they have back, and you look at what they lost. I don't think it's even feasible that they're a top 4 team in the Big Ten. But I think you're silly to question them out of it because they have a system that works and that's in place. And they do a terrific job of recruiting kids to their system and getting guys to play certain roles. And until they drop out of that top 4 or 5, I'm not betting against them either.
I'm glad you mentioned Penn State and Wisconsin. Those will be 2 teams that'll be interesting, and Illinois plays both those teams twice, I believe, this year, or maybe just at Penn State, actually, or Penn State at home, excuse me. So that's kind of a break there, not having to go to Penn State. Sean Harrington, ESPN college basketball analyst. Always love having you on. And listen, with this being the final week of the Tay and J Show, we really appreciate having you on today as well because you have meant a lot to our show.
Well, I appreciate it. It's always fun jumping on with you guys, and you guys do a terrific job. I think the fan base and everybody in Illinois should be proud of what you guys have done. It's a terrific show, and I'd put you guys up there with anything you hear, even in the city of Chicago. So you guys do a terrific job, and sad to see you guys breaking it up, but glad to hear that you both have shows moving forward, and that just means more Illinois content and more great exposure for the university. I know you guys will do well in both of those shows.
Sean, thank you very much. And Sean was actually a guy that we've battled through the divorce process pretty hard, but I think with Sean, we're like, listen, we'll both get Sean.
Yeah, like we'll get weekends. Yeah, like one of us will get weekends, right?
It was amicable with Sean. There's no doubt.
Very good. Just make sure, holidays, who gets holidays?
Right. Yeah. We're still working on that one.
We'll figure it out. We'll make it work.
Sean, thanks, buddy.
All right. Appreciate it, guys. Have a great day.
You too, man. Sean Harrington he's
the goods.
He might be my favorite ever.
Do we do that tomorrow? Do we rank our top 5 guests?
I don't know. That wouldn't be fair to the guests.
And our top 5 listeners? No, I think we can do it.
Can we do it?
It's not a shame if you don't make the top 5.
Well, that's true. That's true.
We should think of that tonight.
Sean just...
Top 5 guests.
Okay.
And it's not just like, it could be a one appearance person.
Yeah.
Like Pat McCaskey.
Wow.
Could be on that list.
Like if he would have done, we may hear from him.
Maybe.
You never know.
We should do a bunch of lists tomorrow.
Okay.
Like top 5 guests, top 5 listeners.
I like this. I like it. Yeah, I'll do some thinking tonight.
Yeah.
I'll do some thinking tonight for sure. All right, coming up, we have the update and then a mystery guest. Are we going to find out who this is before I have to actually introduce him on the radio?
Do we interview this person? He or she?
Oh, we don't know. Austin doesn't know. It's just a mystery caller.
Is it I hate to say, is it just Stevie J? Okay.
It's not Stevie J. Okay.
The guy who created this thing.
Right. I figure tomorrow he'll probably pop in for a second.
I love him too. Yeah.
Oh, I would too, for sure. Well, this will be interesting. We have no questions prepared. We have nothing prepared.
We are professionals.
Yes, we are.
I'm the Tay and J Show.
And you will find that out next. After I tell you about Houlihan's tonight.
You are a pro by doing a read right there. That is great.
Bam! Join Houlihan's for live local music every Thursday. And guess what? It's Thursday Patio Play, located in the beautiful, secluded outdoor patio. Features new live performances each week and $4.95 martini drink specials. Tonight, Mike and Kayla are on the mic. Mike and Kayla, Houlihan's iHotel. Don't forget Mondays, half-price domestic draft beer. Tuesdays, half-price bottles of wine. Woo! But tonight, $4.95 martini drink specials and live music. Check them out, Houlihan's at the iHotel. It is the Tay and J Show.
An ESPN Radio Mike and Mike Extra Point.
Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor to fight with 8-ounce gloves on August 26th. The Nevada Athletic State Commission voted unanimously in favor of a one-time exception to allow Mayweather and McGregor to fight with the smaller gloves for their 154-pound bout. Per the NSAC's rules, their own regulations, any boxing match contested over 147 pounds Golic mandates 10-ounce gloves.
Now, Mayweather has fought most of his career below that, so he's used 8-ounce gloves most of his career. And as we talked about with McGregor in MMA, it's 4-ounce gloves that they use. So they didn't want the 10-ounce gloves. I'm sure a lot of people are saying 2 ounces. Come on, you're swinging around 2 ounces a little more can tire you out. Plus, you want your hit to be felt, and the smaller the glove, you can feel it a little more as well. Plus, Mayweather's used to it. I mean, he's used to 8-ounce gloves, so you could see this one coming. And they had to sign waivers. So once you sign a waiver, I'm sure the commission goes, yeah, go ahead, do what you want.
Hear more from Mike and Mike tomorrow morning on ESPN Radio.
Guys, get to JCPenney today for Levi's lowest prices of the season. Like Levi's 514 straight fit for $39.99 and 511 slim fit for $41.99. Or save an extra 15% with coupon on deals like select Henley shirts from the Foundry Big and Tall Supply Company for just $9.99. Find even more Big and Tall styles at jcp.com. Hurry, and Sunday. That's getting your pennies worth. JCPenney. Coupon valid 8/17, 8/20 on select items in store and at jcp.com. Levi's and some other brands excluded from coupon. Season refers to the time period from 8/13 to 9/4. See store or jcp.com for details.
Want to transform a room for less than $20? The Home Depot has the secret formula. We call it paint. From our top brands like Behr and Glidden, starting at just $17.97 a gallon. There's no easier way to take your walls from okay to, oh wow. And at these prices, there's no reason to leave any wall behind. Get your project rolling with top paint brands, starting at only $17.97 a gallon at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. U.S. only.
Going on 5 years, Rock's Place in St. Joseph has become the neighborhood sports bar and grill for a lot of folks in the area. Rock's Place is known for their delicious burgers, and they also have great daily food and drink specials. Plus, Rock's has plenty of TVs, so you can keep tabs on the Cubs and Cardinals all summer long. And while you're there, press your luck on one of Melody Music's video gaming machines. For delicious food, cold drinks, and good company, make it Rock's Place, 101 North Main Street in St. Joseph. Find them on Facebook, ROCHS in St. Joseph.
Join us this Saturday at Firehouse in Campustown for Tip a Firefighter. Join Champaign Firefighters starting at 4 p.m. as they host and guest serve food. All tips received during the event will go to help Champaign Firefighters Local 1260. Come out and meet the firefighters and get some great food and drinks at Firehouse. This is a family-friendly event. Firefighters will have helmets and bracelets for the kids. There'll also be a silent auction, 50-50 raffle, and the Jeremy Harper Band starting at 7 p.m. Come out for a great cause and a lot of fun. Saturday, August 19th, starting at 4 p.m. at Firehouse. Located in the heart of Campustown at 708 South 6th Street in Champaign and online at firehousebar.com.
328-2424. Tapman's Towing. 24 hours every day.
Tapman's Towing.
328-2424. Tapman's Towing. 328-2424. Tapman's Towing. 24 hours every day. Tapman's Towing. We have pull and we're hooked on you. Tapman's Towing.
Come to Campustown on Thursday, August 17th, the final day of 13 Thursdays. Shop outside at participating merchants and enjoy great discounts and deals before the summer ends. Ragstop, Game Day Spirit, TIS, Illini Shop, Apricot Lane, and the Illini Union Bookstore expanding their storefronts to line the sidewalk with merchandise and apparel all day. Join for the last hurrah in Campustown before the students return. Parking validation in the Campustown parking deck included when you patronize participating businesses.
Oh, hey, hi, hello there. It's me, your air conditioner. You can call me AC if you want, but Mr. Conditioner is my dad's name. Okay, listen, you may have noticed that I'm using a lot of energy right now, and that's why you need to call an expert. Yep, the experts can give me a precision tune-up, so you'll save up to 30% on energy bills, and I won't have to work so hard, which is great because I'm about to pass out.
At Chief Bauer Service Experts, save $41 off an AC Precision Tune-Up. Call 866-EXPERTS or visit chiefbauer.com. For expert service guaranteed.
Call 866-EXPERTS.
Check out the new BMW of Champaign. It's not like the old Twin City. They have new on-site local ownership since 2013, along with a new state-of-the-art facility. With a Customer First Service Award winner for 2015, BMW of Champaign does business your way. Yes, they have tons of cars. Yes, they'll get you what you want. Yes, they discount, deal, and even pick up and deliver. So stop in, ask for Ben, and give BMW of Champaign a look. BMW of Champaign at the corner of Neal and Burwash in Savoy. Hi, it's Stevie J. Start your day with me along with Diane Ducey, weekday morning 7 to 9, here on ESPN Radio 93.5.
Hello, I'm Austin Berkland with the 430 Sports Center update presented by State Farm agent Sean Kaywood. With the service you get from State Farm, you might think their car insurance costs more. But with discounts up to 40%, you may find it even costs less. Call State Farm agent John Kaywood in Champaign at 217-367-1105 today. The Cubs, after winning on a walk-off pitch, are losing to the Reds 12-10 in the bottom of the eighth. They were down 9-0 in the top of the second, but then a back-to-back-to-back stretch of Happ, Bryant, Avila, and Baez. They all went deep. And then John Lester left with the trainer after giving up 7 hits and 7 earned runs in that top of the second. The score of that is, like I said, 12-10. The Cardinals were up 4-0 against the Red Sox in the top of the second, but the Sox clawed back and made it a 4-2 game in the bottom of the third. The Red Sox made a huge rally, scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the ninth, including a walk-off hit off the Green Monster by Jackie Bradley Jr. Yesterday I said the Dodgers were 50 games over 500. Well, they beat the White Sox again 5-4. They are now 51 games over 500. My goodness. They might be better than that Seattle team in 2001.
Yes. They're better than the Cubs.
This is true.
Yeah, I can't.
This is a fact.
Facts don't care about my feelings, and I understand that.
Yeah, okay.
Hashtag fake news.
Yes, good call.
A hat tip for finding the double booking by WCIA 3's Brett Behrens, but the IHSA state wrestling matches and the Nebraska-Illinois game was scheduled on February 17th. But now they've moved the Illinois-Nebraska game to February 18th.
Okay.
And that, my friends, is the Sports Center update.
Well done, buddy. Hey, as teachers return to the classroom, give them supplies for success. Busey's excited for the return of its annual back-to-school social media initiative, awarding $2,000 in support of our schools. Here's how it works. Connect with Busey on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Nominate your school between now and the 25th with a short description and photo directly on Busey's social media pages, and use the hashtag Supplies for Success. That's supplies, the number 4, success. Entries will be up for a vote on Facebook. The winning school receives $1,000 for their classroom. 2 second-place winners get $500. By the way, Busey's donated nearly $8,500 through Supplies for Success since its inception over 14 years. Give your local teachers and students Supplies for Success by connecting with Busey on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram today. To learn more, visit any Busey location. Call 1-800-67-BUSEY. Busey, member FDIC. I remember.
Austin's now grinning.
It just says mystery caller. That's all it says. So,
what are the odds we'll be disappointed by this?
Well, I don't. Since the mystery caller's listening right now, I don't want to say yes.
I like them thinking that we could be disappointed by this.
Like if this is my mom,
I mean, Austin has kept this under wraps.
I know.
Austin, put the microphone on for a second.
I know.
How long have you been working on this?
Just a couple days.
Okay. So when did you think of this? Like,
me and Carp came up with the idea a little bit, and then I got it, and then we got it.
Okay.
Got it through.
So this isn't Mama Warner or Mama Tay?
No.
Okay. All right. That's good.
Are we related to this person?
No.
Okay.
Is
So
this,
it's not Brad
is this
or
person
Lance?
a regular guest?
No.
Wow.
Is this person
This
famous?
person has to wait while we go through the 24 questions.
He is not famous.
But is this person a he? You just said he.
Does this person wear glasses? It's like, guess who?
I believe he did.
He did. Does he wear contacts now?
I don't know.
Okay.
Is this person from Illinois?
Yes.
Is he a former athlete?
No.
Is it James and Urbana?
No.
That's kind of what... It's not Cliff.
No.
Is it a caller?
No.
Wow.
Is he affiliated with sports?
No.
Is it a former president?
Is it the current president?
Yes!
I got Donald Trump.
Oh my, that would be huge.
You gotta be kidding me.
That would be awesome.
Wow.
What would we ask him?
I have no idea. I'd be like, stay off Twitter.
You wouldn't even ask him a question.
I'd be like, President, stay off Twitter.
Is this person older than Lon?
No.
We're slowly.
I'm struggling.
I am horribly
Should we just
struggling.
get to the guest?
Let's just get
to the mystery caller.
All right, Austin, thank you. It is time to head to the Jupiters at the Crossing phone line. You can weigh in, by the way, at 359-2255. We welcome in. Who is this?
Can you guess, Lon?
Say it again.
Lon, it's the opposite of Tommy Hurst, your former favorite
Oh, my goodness! Yes! Is this
You guys
Wheels?
were way off. It was way overhyped.
Oh, my...
No, this is better. For our listeners, this probably isn't the best. This is the best for Lon and I.
Why are you calling the show?
You know, I don't know. It's Carp reached out to me, Austin reached out to me, figured it's your last week. You know, go out in style, have a little bit of a trip down memory lane.
This is Dan Whelan.
Which I am happy to talk to Dan Whelan. I'm one of our top interns, one of our first interns.
Right.
On the Tay and J Show.
And this will be an excruciating 10 minutes for me. Having to talk to Wheels. Wheels, should we let it out of the bag? We actually like each other, right?
This is true, but people probably don't know the last time I saw you wanted to go grab a beer, and it just didn't really work out.
That's right. It was at a tailgate.
You know, so there's still a beer to be had at some points in these busy schedules.
Without a doubt, Wheels asked me to go have a beer, and I thought of 17 excuses immediately.
Did you stand him up?
I did.
Did you say, let's go have a beer?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's horrible.
But then again, that's to be expected, right?
Right. I mean, why wouldn't it be? Wheels, this is exciting, man. Thanks for calling in.
No problem. It's Carp and Austin set it up. Social media messages. They're make it easy.
Dan, when did you intern? What years?
2011, 12, and 13.
Wow.
Yeah,
You were
here
here
a
for
long
3
time.
years.
And he did a lot of work with the podcast.
Yes,
had
he
some
did.
big ideas for this show. Really helped us with a lot of stuff.
Didn't he put together all the intros?
Yeah,
That's
put
right.
together a bunch of great intros. So yeah, we owe a lot to Dan, and he really kind of set the tone
He
for
did.
a lot of
He
interns
totally-
here.
You know, that's a great way because Carp, I guess, was technically our first intern, but he turned more into our on-air guy, kind of fill-in guy. Dan was kind of one of the first interns that really set the stage.
And Dan used all the knowledge he gained to become a police officer.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. It was all work in progress.
Something way better than what we do for people is you actually protect people. But Dan, you're in Chicago, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit. I know you're in some interesting neighborhoods, Inglewood being one of those. What was that like going through the academy first, and then your day-to-day has got to be interesting every day?
It was a process. It was 6 months. It's not as glorious as you would think. It's kind of a grind, and then work has a lot of pros and cons, and I would say most things that encountered aren't necessarily able to be shared on the radio. But it's ups and downs, but it's a good job. I like it, and still like sports a lot. It's unfortunate it didn't work out the way I would have liked it to, but reality bites hard sometimes, and this is another career path that I was interested in doing, so it's worked out.
Wheels, if you were in your car and it came over the radio, a theft in progress, and you pull up and it's me in my truck, and you see that I've got like the Pop-Tarts that I stole sitting right in my... Are you going to just let me go?
Yeah, we'd work something out. We'd have to go through the motions maybe for formality's sake, but we'd right the wrong.
Okay, give me the Pop-Tarts line and I'll let you go. No, I'm kidding. I would expect you to absolutely arrest me, which he would. He would love it. He'd like the handcuffs would be really tight and everything. I'd be like, ow! Yeah.
I would hope if you're taking some stuff, you'd be a little higher than the Pop-Tart.
Better than the Pop-Tart, exactly.
Well, hey,
might as well
Wheels,
buy those and aim for something better.
well, Wheels, hey, congrats on
This is
a
awesome.
good career. Thank you for what you do. No
doubt.
You have a dangerous job, and you do it every day looking to help people. So we really appreciate what you do and all police officers do, and when you do it the right way especially. So, Dan, we love hearing from you, man. This was really cool, and I'm glad Carp and Austin put this together.
Yeah, I figured it would be fun. Just wanted to wish you guys luck. I'm sure it's sort of nervous, but bittersweet at the same time. But I know it'll go over well. I remember you guys wanted to expand your footprint in a market that definitely is hungry for not only Illinois sports talk, but sports talk in general. So another hour of programming will definitely be good for everybody involved.
Wheels, appreciate it, buddy. I'll get in touch with you via the Facebook Messenger, and we'll get each number. So if you come down to a tailgate, this time I won't stand you up, I promise.
Well, yeah, I'm circling the Rutgers game right now, I think.
Okay.
It seems like it's a winnable game and might be worth a try.
I love that. It's like, well, if I'm going to go, I'd like to go to one I can win. Wheels, good to hear from you, my friend.
Yeah, good luck, guys. It was good talking with you.
Good stuff, buddy. We appreciate that. Dan Whelan.
I know some of our listeners might have been disappointed by that.
No, but
they probably don't know who Dan Whelan is.
Right.
But for you and I, that was awesome.
That was awesome. If we could, it's not
he's
possible.
one of the best kids I've ever met. I say that about Austin all the time and a lot of our interns, but Dan's he had some big ideas that helped us grow with this show. And he's such a hard worker.
I had never really been around interns.
Yeah.
Even in my TV career, there weren't really interns at the time. Maybe they do that more often now. And, of course, at my other job, we don't have interns. So Dan was kind of my first foray into it's kind of like, well, what do we do? Like, what are we supposed to do? And he was awesome. So that meant, that's one of those that may be disappointing to everybody else, but it means a ton to us.
Yes, that was
means
cool.
a ton to us. And I like Dan.
No, you don't.
You're right. I don't. That's the most.
Like you and him are
he just talked more than he did in 3 years.
You guys are the exact opposite personality.
Completely. Can you imagine he and I having a beer?
No.
We'd be sitting at a table
you
somewhere.
You ditched him, didn't you?
I did. Yeah. I think I was like, listen,
I could go have a beer with Wheels.
My daughter has a volleyball game. Oh, I didn't know you had a daughter. Yeah, I do now.
I adopted one.
Right. Right. Anything to get out of going to...
Just got her.
If people walked into a bar and saw Wheels and I, it would be me sitting there talking to a guy that never says a word. And every once in a while, he'd look at me and just be like, mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
I'm like, okay, Wheels, good chat. That was fantastic, Austin. You and Carp, well done. Well done on that.
If you want to weigh in, 359-2255, that's 217-359-2255. Cubs down 12-10.
Oh, is that what it is now?
In the top of the ninth inning, they were down 9-0 to the Reds.
Wow.
Came back to, did they take the lead?
No, they didn't take the lead.
It was 9-9. They came back to tie it. But the Reds now up 12-10. We'll update you on that score when we get back.
You know what you did, by the way? You boosted the ego of James and Urbana so much that last. Now he is probably sitting there going, "Yep."
Well, I was trying to think of like a
me.
random guy we'd love to hear from.
I hope we hear from Wheels tomorrow, or from.
Do we do a top
James.
5 interns?
No, I am not doing that. Nope, not doing it.
Is Muhammad on your list?
Yeah. He brought chocolate covered pretzels,
right? Yogurt covered pretzels.
Or yeah, I mean, he would be, but I don't know who the other 4 would be.
I'll do a top 5.
Oh, come on, no, I can't.
I'll do it.
I'm not.
I'll
doing
be
that.
mean.
Okay, you be mean. I'm not. I can't. I will agree as you do it. I'll be like, yeah, that's probably close to being on my top 5.
Okay.
Well, that'd be tough. All right, it's the Tay and J Show.
Lots of things take 15 minutes, like sitting through a halftime show or running a very slow mile. Well, Buffalo Wild Wings wants to add one more to the list. The B-Dubs Fast Break Lunch. Order from this menu and you'll get your lunch in 15 minutes or it's free. So put in your order, count all the tiles on our ceiling, and voila! 15 minutes and your food has arrived. Or it's on us. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Valid for tables of 6 or less Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at participating locations for dine-in only. Other restrictions apply. See participating location for details.
Delicious food, cold brews, great music and art, Kids Zone, and more. Join us along with the Champaign Park District for the Taste of Champaign-Urbana happening this Friday and Saturday in Westside Park, Champaign. Try something new. Get a sample of local favorites as you explore exciting food vendors. Hear free live music featuring Rock Country Act, Murphy 500, and the danceable Sun Stereo. The Taste of Champaign-Urbana has something for everyone, so come to Westside Park this Friday and Saturday and be ready to eat. Get more details online now at champaignparks.com. That's champaignparks.com.
Are you looking for a new home or planning to refinance your existing home? Hi, this is Todd Duracon from First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana, getting you and your home faster with loan closings in 30 days, mortgage loans and refinancing that's fast, friendly, and local. We invite you to visit our experienced team of mortgage experts to find out how First Federal Savings Bank can help you with your loan closing in 30 days. For more information, visit 356bank.com. First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana. Get what you want out of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hail to the orange. Hail to the blue with Game Day Spirit Fan Store. Game Day is the exclusive retailer of this year's Hail to the Orange t-shirt. Don't miss out on getting yours. Find the exclusive Hail to the Orange t-shirt at any of the Game Day Spirit locations or order online at GameDaySpirit.com. Youth, adult, and extended sizes available in the BOGO section at Game Day Spirit. Located at 519 East Green Street in Campustown and now open at their new location at 1602 South Neal Street in Champaign. Game Day Spirit. Go Illini!
You already know Houlihan's Restaurant and Bar at the iHotel is a great restaurant, but don't forget about the bar. Fantastic drink specials and mouth-watering menu items from snacks to full meals, a nice selection of draft, craft, and domestic beers, and just about any cocktail you can imagine. Watch a game with multiple flat screens on all sides of the bar, or grab some tables and make it a party. Drink specials daily, plus Houlihan's is now serving a delicious hot breakfast 7 days a week. Houlihan's at the iHotel. Check them out at the corner of 1st Street and St. Mary's Road, just south of the State Farm Center.
Why drive to Key West when you can enjoy the new Tiki Bar and Patio at Daly's Sports Bar, 116 West Washington Street in Philo. With 9 flat-screen TVs and the MLB package, you can take in your favorite team's action live. Daily drink specials Wednesday through Friday evening from 5 to 9 p.m. Enjoy the Daly's Outback Food Wagon on the patio featuring special burgers, sandwiches, shrimp baskets, fried and grilled cod, nachos, tacos, and cheesy fries. Now through August 25th, enter to win a trip to Las Vegas with $100 cash drawings every Friday. There's no purchase necessary to enter and win. Co-sponsored by XL Entertainment, Illinois' most chosen terminal operator. Play slots and win some cash at Daly's, featuring the latest and hottest slots. Come in and play slots, have a blast, some great food and drinks, and hit the jackpot. Be sure and enter for your chance to go to Vegas now through August 25th with $100 cash drawings every Friday at Daily Sports Bar, 116 West Washington in the heart of Philo. Must be 21 or older to play slots. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey guys, it's Jeremy Warner. And starting on Monday, August 21st, tune in weekdays from 9 to 11 a.m. for the Jeremy Warner Show only on ESPN 93.5 and streaming worldwide on the WSJK app and at ESPNCU.com.
Hi, it's Stevie J. Start your day with me along with Diane Ducey, weekday mornings 7 to 9 here on ESPN Radio 93.5.
How about top 5 buffer music?
Ooh, that's good.
That wouldn't be bad either.
That's a different thing with the new shows.
Yeah.
We're updating the lists. I told Carp, put your own spin on it.
I agree.
Lon's got some songs on there.
He's already got a few things on Tay and Carp.
Yeah, you want to play a little ditty from it?
Should we?
I think yours are the last couple of songs on there.
Okay, all right. So if I go... Quiet Rocket. Live at Danville Civic Center. Yeah! All right, a little bang your head. I like that.
That's a great song.
How about this last one? The Crew.
So you'll have a different sound.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Quiet Riot and Motley Crue. All right, that'll be interesting. I don't know what else. Yeah. That's all I want to hear.
Though you could have Harry Black put a bunch of songs in there as well to keep it interesting.
What are some of the numbers, Harry? 41? 41.
All right, here's what
Samantha Smooth.
Here's what you need to do.
Okay.
I don't want to run your show.
No.
Here's a suggestion,
yes,
I should say.
Yes.
All right, when Harry's on the microphone.
Right. Just every once in a while hit that.
And he makes a big point. All right, so fade it out real quick. All right. This is why the Philadelphia Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl.
Yes!
All right, fade it.
Okay.
This is why Nick Allegretti is an All Big Ten player.
Yes! This is the reason hockey is actually the number one sport in the United States. I like this game. I like that game.
It's
I like
just a suggestion.
I love that.
So,
what's another number, Harry? Do you remember? Do you remember? No, all right, he doesn't remember, so it'll take too long. It'll take too long for him. I was going to say, if he says something dumb, we play, like, whatever, the Jay Giles band one.
Isn't center field on there somewhere?
I think it is, actually. But there's too many numbers for me to hit. I have no idea.
So Brad Underwood.
Wait, before we do that, what are some of the things that you and I will not... Are we going to still do this?
Next question.
I think so.
Okay.
I think we can both have next question.
We won't. We don't even have this anymore.
Getting to know you.
Probably won't do that.
No, you're in.
I mean, you and Carp can do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you guys are still going to do
that's
the
true.
game day show.
That's true. And we're still going to do this. Taste take. All right.
What you feeling, huh? What's on your mind?
Hold on. He's telling me 35. No, 8. Number 8. All right. He holds up a 3 and a 5. I'm like, I guess you can't hold up 8 fingers. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Not as strong as 41.
No, 41's the one.
This is why the Tay and J Show is the best show in the country.
Yes! I think if anybody, caller...
Should we cut out the drums of that just so it's... like it goes right in
Yes, I think we should. All right, so we're going to keep a lot of that stuff. Yeah, I think this is going to be fun.
I mean,
is this going to be on yours?
So, not a big deal.
I don't know.
Or this one.
Grade A, baloney.
I do like baloney.
No, I do too.
It's so stupid.
I do, right.
It is not baloney.
I like that too. I like that.
So if Austin, if we want to do it.
Yeah,
we can still do it.
Keys are right there, Austin.
I don't mind if we both do the same games.
No, I agree. What's under Lon 1 and Jer 1? Is that just our last songs?
I think our last 5 at 5.
Let's do your... You know what? Here's what we need to... We need to keep these keys on there for the next 10 years and then finally be like, what was our last show like? And it'll be this. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. I don't even know what was mine.
I heard the song in the car the other day.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, he tried so hard to make the next Wanted Dead or Alive.
He did. That's exactly what
this is. So early 90s.
In fact, you almost listened to this going, is that Wanted Dead or Alive? right.
Have you ever
all right,
watched the video of Blaze of Glory?
Is that the one where like
He's like on a plateau in the Southwest.
It's like blowing everywhere.
There's a nice car. It's everything of why hair metal died.
Exactly. That's exactly.
I was like, okay, this is too much.
It had to, right? It had to eventually just go away so that we could preserve the love of it.
All right, Brad Underwood threw out the first pitch today. He said it was a two-seamer.
Oh.
I haven't seen the pitch. Did it go well?
Did he throw it well?
The first pitch? Okay.
Yes, got a
Trevor
thumbs
said
up.
it went well.
Brad's a tall guy, dude. I bet he could throw.
Good athlete.
Yeah. He didn't hit anybody in the
in the junk, no. That happened last night.
In the lug nuts, as I like to tell Andrew.
But he did sing the national anthem.
Okay.
We haven't heard it yet.
No.
We have the audio.
You do have it?
Short one on there, Juan.
Oh, my goodness.
I've seen some reaction on Twitter. I don't want, if anybody hasn't seen it yet, I don't want to ruin it.
Don't ruin it for me.
Here's Brad Underwood singing the seventh inning stretch.
Here we go, Cub fans. Help me out.
Good start.
A 1.
Good.
A 2.
Yeah.
A 3. Take me out to the ball.
Oh, my goodness.
Take me out with the crowd.
Let the crowd sing it.
Yeah. All right, he came back. Okay. That was strong. That was strong.
Can we start it again?
Yeah.
Here's where Underwood went wrong.
Okay.
All right.
You ready?
Play.
Here we go, Cub fans.
Good
Help
start.
me out.
No doubt.
It's good pregame pump-up speech.
Yep.
A 2. A 3. Take me out.
All right, he went down court, fast break, too fast. You can't push the pace like that, Brad.
Slow it down,
I know,
Coach.
I know that's your style.
This is the Big Ten.
You can't get your shot up in 7 seconds and take me out to the ball game.
And how do you forget the words to this song?
You got the words right there for it. I mean, this has got to be nerve-wracking.
Oh, no, don't get me wrong. I would hate doing this.
I mean, obviously, Brad's not a strong singer.
Who's the
But
best?
I do love the effort. Like, the energy.
Yes.
The toughness and togetherness is there. Oh, that was a different
That
coach.
was, yes. Yeah, right.
The mentality.
The toughness and the togetherness. Don't we have a bracelet for that?
Here's a comparison.
Okay.
John Gross. Hold on, we got a commercial going.
You know who is really good at this?
Who?
And if you can find it, Lucas Johnson.
Here's
Lucas Johnson was one of the best ever at that.
Here's
thing.
John Gross.
Let me hear ya.
Not bad.
A 1. A 2. A 3. Take me out to the ball.
He's got a rhythm.
Take me out with the crowd.
A little better.
Yeah.
Singing.
Some peanuts and
Just kind of boring, kind of like he was all 5 years in terms on the court.
He's never
No,
boring.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm
kidding, Coach.
That wasn't
Let me root.
more deliberate.
Yeah.
Likes to dribble the ball at the top of the key for a while. Right?
Hopefully have a play at the end to run.
All right, now toss it to Jalen Tate. See if he can make the shot at the very end of the shot clock.
Come on, Jalen!
Oh. Goes deep. And I don't get to going deep.
He went, oh.
I will say this. I think John's performance was better.
It was better. There's no doubt.
But we have a couple years of basketball for John to evaluate where it kind of clouds our opinion. Brad was energetic.
He was.
Yeah.
Came out quick.
And
We've all had that issue in life, haven't we, on occasion? It seems like, what would Lovey be like?
Has Lovey done it?
I don't think Lovey's done it, would he? Would it just be like a take me
I don't think
out
he would.
to the ball game?
Yeah,
I mean, it would just
Lovey's
be the
done it.
most. Yeah, I think he would. I bet Lovey just would say no. I'm
I
not
bet
doing
he
it.
passed on it.
Yeah, I bet he said I'm not doing it.
I'm good.
Yep. Oh, somebody just texted in. They're both tone deaf. I am too. I am one of the worst singers you will ever hear in your life. Like if I start to sing something, it's bad.
Are we going to hear you sing tomorrow? Are we going to bring it back?
Oh,
Losing
I
my past.
forgot about that.
Does Carp still have that somewhere?
I've got it, I think.
We could just play one verse of it.
Is that all we have to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't have to play the entire thing.
Oh, I don't like hearing myself sing.
I don't think anything.
No.
Unless you're like Lady Gaga.
Well, right. Yeah. And then you start saying, all right, that's not bad.
Yeah.
All right, that was good. We've heard from Wheels today, Sean Harrington. We actually heard from Luke Butkus.
Yeah.
That is something
Andrew
I never thought we'd hear
as
from.
well. If you want to weigh in 359-2255,
oh my,
you got one more segment and 2 more hours tomorrow.
Yes, we do.
The Tay and J Show.
That's crazy. All right, it is. You do. Yeah, you do it. You just did it, and then I kept talking. You tail us out with the Tay and J Show.
It is the Tay and J Show.
Home is where the art is. It's where every day begins and ends. It's a place for big occasions and small. Home is where stories unfold and where they are told. We may leave, but we always come home again. First Financial Bank can help you achieve the home of your dreams. Talk with one of our friendly loan officers and we'll help you find the loan that's right for you. Consider it our way of saying welcome home. From First Financial Bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
It's Lon Tay from ESPN 93.5, and whenever I need work done on my car, I go to Long's Garage. No, not Lon's Garage, Long's Garage in Urbana on Main Street, just east of Schnucks. From engines and brakes to new tires, you can get a variety of auto maintenance assistance from the experts at Long's Garage Complete Auto Service. And this summer, beat the heat and come into Long's Garage for an AC check. Since 1941, Long's Garage has offered expert repair services. Visit them today at 503 East Main Street in Urbana, just east of Schnucks.
This is big. 12 by 24-inch Metro porcelain floor and wall tile. Just $1.99 a square foot at the Home Depot. Totally on trend, this big Metro tile covers floors, walls, and budgets in a whole new way. And in a variety of colors. Take tile places it's never been, starting with your home. 12 by 24-inch Metro floor and wall tile. Just $1.99 a square foot. Only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Prices may vary by store.
Join us this Saturday at Firehouse in Campustown for Tip a Firefighter. Join Champaign Firefighters starting at 4 p.m. as they host and guest serve food. All tips received during the event will go to help Champaign Firefighters Local 1260. Come out and meet the firefighters and get some great food and drinks at Firehouse. This is a family-friendly event. Firefighters will have helmets and bracelets for the kids. There'll also be a silent auction, 50-50 raffle, and the Jeremy Harper Band starting at 7 p.m. Come out for a great cause and a lot of fun. Saturday, August 19th, starting at 4 p.m. at Firehouse. Located in the heart of Campustown at 708 South 6th Street in Champaign and online at firehousebar.com.
Want to save money you're smoking and spitting away? Want the friendliest, most knowledgeable staff to help you along the way? Vapors E-Cigs LLC is the place for you. Let their amazing staff help you find the best hardware and juice for you. Earn reward points you can use for discounts on coils, juice, and even 70% off a kit. Do you already vape? Go check out their over 30 premium lines of juice and amazing selection of hardware. Located at 1903 North Neal Street in Champaign and 2 East Main Street next to the courthouse in Danville. Now's definitely the time to stop by Vapors E-Cigs LLC.
Check out the new BMW of Champaign. It's not like the old Twin City. They have new on-site local ownership since 2013, along with a new state-of-the-art facility. With a Customer First Service Award winner for 2015, BMW of Champaign does business your way. Yes, they have tons of cars. Yes, they'll get you what you want. Yes, they discount, deal, and even pick up and deliver. So stop in, ask for Ben, and give BMW of Champaign a look. BMW of Champaign at the corner of Neal and Burwash in Savoy.
If you really want to enjoy life's celebrations, you need to call Rosati's Pizza for their comfortable catering package for 10 for just $92.35. Rosati's will serve you, along with your friends, families, and coworkers, a delicious lunch or dinner for under $100. Feed them all with Italian beef, pasta salad, and garlic bread. It's all about good food at Rosati's. Having a party, picnic, hosting a celebration? Call Rosati's for their comfortable catering package for 10. Rosati's Pizza, 701 South Gregory in Urbana, or call 328-2334.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Oh, yeah. Old Jay Giles. All right, it's the Tay and J Show, ESPN Radio 93.5. Lon Tay, Jeremy Warner off early today. Cardinals and Pirates. The Cubbies, do we have an update on that? 12-10?
13-10 Reds in the bottom of the ninth. So the Cubs were down 9-0 in the second. Nice fake rally. Oh, yeah. They got an inning here. Rizzo just singled. You got some time. You're against the Reds.
Unbelievable.
It is their best pitcher, Raciel Iglesias, on for the save.
Okay. Austin has a list for us. Is that right?
Yes. There was a surprise, I guess, in music right now.
Oh.
Despacito. The song by, I don't even know who it is, Lupe something? Austin?
Do we know? It's a Latin artist.
Isn't it Justin Bieber in that?
Well,
yeah, Justin Bieber's in the remix.
They Americanized it.
I got it.
Because it was a huge song across the world. And then they put Bieber in it. It becomes a huge hit here.
Huge.
And a lot of people are sick of it already.
Right.
But
Andrew can sing it like word for word. I'm like, do you even know those words?
Austin said it is the most viewed YouTube video ever already.
Yeah.
What?
3 million views.
3 billion?
Something like that.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Wow.
So I have the top 10 YouTube videos of all time.
That sounds like a list.
He's got a list. Jeremy has got a list. He's got a list. Jeremy has got a list. Cause we love to go through lists just to mess with the lawn.
Hey, Jeremy.
So are these all music videos?
Most
I don't listen to
8 out of the
Justin
10
Bieber.
are.
His hair's too weird. Oh, sorry. And he speeds through neighborhoods like a spoiled kid. That wasn't bad.
That might be your best one ever. All right, so how many are music videos?
8 out of 10 are music videos. I will give you number 6 because you will not get it. It's called Masha and the Bear. It's a Russian cartoon. It's a Pixar-style animation.
Okay.
Thriller, Michael Jackson.
No.
Is Chocolate Rain on there?
No.
Okay.
Thriller's not on there?
Katy Perry.
Yeah, anything.
I don't know which. Does she have multiple on there?
The Jungle
She
one.
does have a song on there.
Roar.
Roar is number 10 on the list.
Wow. Okay.
I will go. Oh, what was that song called? With the Miami Dolphin cheerleaders.
You Like Me or
Call Me Maybe.
Call Me Maybe.
Call Me Maybe is not on the list.
Wow, that
Trying
one
to think
should
of
be.
Huge pop.
Everybody
hits.
out there, every guy that hasn't YouTubed that one, you're
Think
crazy.
of a song that was in a movie in the past 3 to 4 years.
Star Wars.
No.
In a movie. Let It Go.
No.
Dang it.
Man.
These lists are hard.
Yeah.
Anaconda.
What'd you
Is
say?
Anaconda on there?
Anaconda is not on the list.
Anaconda.
Is a Lady Gaga song on there?
Lady Gaga is not on the list.
Somebody just said it's Friday. The Friday song.
Think a little foreign as well.
What's his name?
The Harlem.
Psy. What's his name?
Can you name the music?
God, look at
That's good enough.
Can you name the song?
Gangnam Style.
That is correct.
Bam!
Is that number 2?
3 on the list.
How about Harlem Shake?
Harlem Shake is not on the list.
Okay.
Got to think of videos.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is there's too many of those.
All right,
videos.
we need some clues here.
Think of Katy Perry's main rival in the music
Taylor
industry.
Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Blank space.
No.
Do we still have
Taylor Swift? Shake It Off.
That is correct.
Nice.
Number 7 on the list. So 5, 7, and 3.
Is
and 10
U2 on that list?
Who?
U2?
No.
No,
these are all pop stars.
Yeah, that's the thing.
All right,
See, I'm thinking more.
We need more clues.
This one is from a guy that was a teen music star and now is a 20s music star.
Timberlake. JT?
No.
Bieber?
Yes. What song?
Baby?
No.
I don't know any Bieber songs.
Oh. Dang it.
You might have to Google
There's so many Bieber
songs. Is there any Justin Timberlake on there?
Justin Timberlake not in the top 10.
Wow.
Sorry is correct. Number 4 on the list.
All right, got any more?
The next guy had some hits in the late 2000s. He
Usher.
No.
Ooh.
Okay.
He has some hits that are on the radio now and the past year.
Not Timberlake.
Nico and Vince?
No. No
Okay.
Nico and Vince.
I didn't know.
Not Timberlake.
No.
A lot of people say
Bruno Mars.
What song?
Oh. What was the big Bruno Mars song that just came out?
Yeah, once again, the song titles elude me.
Not 24K Magic. Well, I can't. This is
hard.
proving my lines.
Yes!
Right.
I hate these things. I don't know.
Give us a song.
Uptown Funk.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Do you want me to give you the top 10 now?
Yes, just give us the
All right,
rest.
Number
We're
1,
doing it.
Despacito. Number
Okay.
2, See You Again from the Fast and Furious movie. Number 3,
That's
Gangnam
lame.
Style.
That's really
4,
lame.
Sorry. 5, Uptown Funk. 6, Masha and the Bear. 7, Shake It Off. 8, Baleando. It's an Enrique Iglesias song. Number 9, Sugar. It's Maroon 5. Surprises a Wedding.
Ah,
and then
I've
number
seen that,
10,
actually.
Katy Perry's Roar.
Okay. We did terrible.
Yeah, we did.
Couldn't even think of Uptown Funk.
Listen, the pop music, not exactly my strength.
That's interesting that Despacito is already the number one most viewed.
That is amazing.
YouTube video.
That's every 13 to 16-year-old kid in America. YouTube just
not just America. That's
that's what I mean. Yeah, in the country. Good call there.
Thanks to our guest today, Sean Harrington. You also heard from Luke Buckus and Andrew Hayes, Stoker, and Dan Wheelan.
Tomorrow is the final Tay and J Show. The final one.
That's weird.
That is going to be weird. And
we have nothing planned.
No, zero plan.
We're winging it.
We thought about it. We're like, what should we do?
We'll do our top 5 list.
That's about it.
Yeah.
And then we'll just sit here and gab.
If you guys want to talk, you can talk.
I love it, man. All right, Cardinals baseball. Chance to maybe gain on the Cubs unless they go crazy here in the 9th. It's on
Cubs
right
lose.
after this.
Cubs lose.
They did lose?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good night. It's the Tay and J Show.
There's a time for work. There's a time for play. There's a time to do things you don't do every day. There's a place to go for tools and machines and people with knowledge about these things. We've been here since 53 to meet your rental needs. When the time comes, we're the place for everything. Rental City.
It's summer clearance in Hoopston at your favorite Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Ford dealerships. See us for amazing deals. Jeep Cherokee up to $4,500 in incentives or 0% for 75 months. Fun-loving Jeep Renegade up to 3 in rebates or 0 for 72. Ram Workhorse up to $7,000 in incentives or 75 months at 0% at the Ford store. Super Duty Ford truck up to $6,500 off and the always popular Ford Explorer up to $5,000 off. Wrap up summer with a new vehicle near the intersection of routes 1 and 9 in Hoopston.
Welcome to the Ameren pregame show. Chris Raby with you on the St. Louis Cardinals Radio Network as we get ready for the first game of 4. The Cardinals taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates. First 3 at PNC, then the series moves to Williamsport. On Sunday night, Redbirds looking to bounce back after dropping 3 in a row, including a pair of losses at Fenway Park last night, a heartbreaking 5-4 loss. Happy to be with you this evening. Adam Wainwright taking on Jamison Tyon tonight, and some news as the Cardinals place Trevor Rosenthal on the disabled list. We'll get you caught up with everything going on coming up as Mike Claiborne opens up the reporter's notebook with us. We'll hear from the manager, Mike Matheny, get the first word from PNC, from John and Rick, and Mike visits with Ozzie Smith. All of that and more as we get set for baseball. But the good news, Cardinals still 2 games over 500 at 61-59. And by the end of tonight, a chance to pick up the game they lost last night on the Cubs, who already lost in a crazy game at Wrigley to the Cincinnati Reds. So, Adam Wainwright on the mound. Let's get started with our Central Bank of St. Louis replay.
A swing and a ground ball. Carpenter throws to second to get 1. Wainwright covers first. Double play. A run scores, but the Cardinals gave up that run to get 2 outs. And double plays in each of the first 3 innings for the Cardinals.
I warmed up fine, and I looked at Yadi on the way in as we were walking across the field, and I said, well, I'm going to do it a little different tonight. Just stay with me. We're going to do some crazy stuff out there today. And he looked at me, he's like, okay, let's do it. I knew I was going to step back, but I also knew I was going to locate everything, and I was going to let him keep it on the ground.
Richard comes down the line in foul territory, out of the stretch. Fulton Evans with the pitch, and there's a ball looped to right center field. It is going to drop for an RBI hit. It gets past the right fielder, Markakis, backed up by Inciarte, and Adam Wainwright drives in his 11th run of the year. The Cardinals lead 6-1.
Well, Wainwright did do it a little bit differently in that win over Atlanta last week. 8-5 the final, 5 innings, just 1 run, 4 hits, walked 3, got 10 ground balls to 6 fly balls. The velocity was down. We'll see what Waino comes out with tonight as he takes on Jamison Tyon and the Pirates. Replay brought to you by Central Bank of St. Louis, your hometown bank of the St. Louis Cardinals. MLB.com at Bat is your #1 mobile app for live Cardinals baseball. Stay connected with a fully customizable experience. Get Cardinals home screen icons, app features, and game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcasts, StatCast, and news. Download MLB.com at Bat today. When we come back, some news as the Cardinals make a roster move, putting Trevor Rosenthal on the DL and calling up pitcher from Memphis. That's next in the Cardinals Radio Network.
Sure, we've been called a mom and pop store. We take it as a compliment. After all, we are family owned and operated with 2 generations actively involved, and 5 of our team members have been with us for around 20 years each or longer. We run our business with old-fashioned customer service as our foundation, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Add our great selection of hand-picked mattresses, all proudly made in the USA at guaranteed lowest prices, and we're sure you won't find a better deal anywhere. Visit us and experience the Illini mattress difference today.
The ribeye has the best, the greatest steak in town.
If you're looking for Champaign-Urbana's great steak place, it's the Ribeye Restaurant. Still with their famous salad bar and their delicious seasoned fried shrimp and delicious grilled chicken entrees. The Ribeye Restaurant, 1701 South Neal Street in Champaign. For reservations, call 351-9115.
The ribeye is the best. We're the one, the great one steak place.
Hello, this is Shane Coulter of Country Arbors Nursery. Country Arbors Nursery is home with a giant $5 mum. You simply won't find a nicer mum anywhere for only $5. And this year we added a super giant mum in a 5-gallon pot that's only $15 if you buy 3 or more, half the price of other stores. But let's not forget what we do best, trees and shrubs. We're fully stocked with tens of thousands of large trees and shrubs to help you fill all your landscape needs. And all our trees are on sale. Take 20% off any tree you buy from Country Arbors this week. So come out to Country Arbors Nursery or go to countryarbors.com for more information and directions.
For 25 years, Prairie View Landscaping has been the premier locally owned and operated lawn care provider in Central Illinois. Quality products and services aren't just something they say, it's something they do. Prairie View Landscaping is a full-service company, a one-stop shop for all your lawn care and outdoor needs. So call Prairie View Landscaping today at 355-9422. That's 355-9422. Or email Lindy at mypbdiscount@gmail.com. That's mypbdiscount@gmail.com. Prairie View Landscaping, serving Central Illinois for 25 years.
Well, tough one for Trevor Rosenthal last night as he gave up a leadoff home run to Xander Bogaerts last night, then a walk, and was removed from the ball game. Cardinals led 4-3 at the time, would go on, of course, to fall to the Red Sox 5-4 this afternoon. The Cardinals announcing that Rosenthal heads to the 10-day DL with right posterior elbow irritation. Luke Weaver recalled from AAA Memphis. He'll be eligible for tonight's game. 50 appearances for Rosenthal this year, a 3-4 record with a 3.40 ERA, but he had converted 7 out of 7 saves since being named the closer on July the 28th up until August 12th. Of course, struggled last night and is headed to the disabled list after flying back to St. Louis this morning to have his arm checked out. Weaver is 1-1 with a 3.77 ERA and 14 in the third innings at the big league level and has been fantastic at Memphis. 15 starts, 10-2, and earned run average of 2.55, striking out 76 batters in 77 2/3 innings. The Farm Report brought to you by Monsanto, a proud supporter of America's farmers. We'll get Mike Claiborne's opinion on everything going on and how the Cardinals reshuffle the bullpen from here next, right here on the St. Louis Cardinals Radio Network.
Hey Cardinal fans, Ozzie Smith here for Ameren, Illinois. Superstitious players avoid stepping on the foul line, but stepping on a down power line, that's truly dangerous. When storms hit, down lines can become hidden in trees and debris. Ameren, Illinois urges everyone to be safe when cleaning up after a storm. Stay clear of down or sagging lines and call Ameren, Illinois to report them. A safety reminder from your friends at Ameren, Illinois. Energy at work.
You're at the ballpark every day, crouching down, catching heat, all but invisible. Your job lacks fame and glory, but offers plenty of distracting aches and pains. That's the life of a bullpen catcher. You can't afford to lose focus. Neither can your team. So be prepared with Ace braces, supports, and elastic bandages. Ace brand. Don't be distracted by pain.
Guidance, trust, protection, service. It's the mantra of GTPS Insurance. When you work with GTPS, you'll never have to call an 800 number in a different state. You deal with people who live and work in our community and know it's important to your business. GTPS is your local source for business insurance, property, general liability, workers' compensation, and group health insurance, and they'll work with you to formulate the best package for the needs of you and your business. Contact a GTPS insurance agent today at 359-9000 or visit online at gtpsinsurance.com.
Welcome back to How Well Do You Know Your Meat? Now back to the trivia. The freshest meat comes from your local grocery store. True or false?
True.
No. Contestant number 2.
It's false. The freshest meat in town comes from the U of I meat sales room off of Florida Avenue in Urbana.
Yes, that's correct. You're a winner.
For the freshest cuts of meat in town, visit the U of I Meat Sales Room. Open Tuesday and Thursday from 1 to 5:30 and Friday from 8 until 1. Just off Florida on South Maryland in Urbana.
You can fly Champaign. You can fly Willard Airport. You can fly Champaign. You can fly. Our airport is your doorway to the sky. So pack your things, spread your wings. You've got business to do. People who expect you. You can fly Champaign. You can fly Willard Airport.
Bunny's Tavern is your home for the 2017 Chicago Cubs. Nothing beats watching baseball over an ice-cold beer, so enjoy $14 mix-and-match domestic buckets and $6 PBR pitchers 7 days a week. You'll catch every minute of Cubs action on Bunny's 10 big-screen TVs, whether you're inside or enjoying the largest patio in Urbana. With delicious daily lunch and dinner specials, come check out what people in Champaign-Urbana have been whispering about for over 80 years. Bunny's Tavern in downtown Urbana, your home for the 2017 Chicago Cubs.
Let's open the reporter's notebook with Mike Claiborne on the Ameren pregame show as we get ready for the Cardinals and the Pirates. And Claibs, man, when it rains, it pours. The Cardinals lose a tough one to the Red Sox last night, 5-4. We saw Trevor Rosenthal leave the game. Something was not right today. He hits the 10-day disabled list with right posterior elbow irritation. That's the area of the elbow that's connected to the UCL, which is connected to Tommy John surgery, and not great news for the Cardinals, who had really been getting some excellent closing innings from Rosenthal lately.
You sound like a kinesiologist kind of giving that description of what was going on.
No, I've just been reading about this and slamming my head against the wall, yeah.
It's not good, obviously, because of the injury and how vital he is to the Cardinals. You know, we were talking earlier, there was a time this happened to the Cardinals once before. I want to say it was 88 or 89. And the Cardinals had Todd Worrell going into Chicago late in the year playing for first place. He has a same situation, and he's done for the year, and the Cardinals season was done for the year. Not saying that's the case now, because the one thing the Cardinals do have are some people with some experience in this role. Now, how effective can they be? Well, we'll have to find out.
Well, they also have the potential to make a move for a guy who passed through waivers, but let's start in-house. There are some interesting options. John Brebbia came in last night, unfortunately was on the short end of that Mookie Betts double. Zach Duke has looked very, very good. Tyler Lyons has continued to be super impressive over the last month. His last 14 appearances, 12 2/3 innings, has not given up a run, struck out 18. So a couple of guys at the back end of the bullpen, including Sean Wano, who looked good last night.
I think the only difference, Chris, is when you get the title of closer, your whole life changes.
Can you do it by committee, or do you need the guy?
Yeah, you can do it by committee.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so, and I think that takes the onus off of those guys to understand that every night, I got to try and get the last 3 outs. Maybe you only need a guy for 1 out.
Well, and that might make it a little bit easier for a guy like Duke, who has certain restrictions coming back from Tommy John, that he doesn't have to be the guy every night.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the way I would do it. Heck, you got enough guys in the bullpen. You might as well try to use a few of them a little bit more often. But it's an unfortunate deal, and I think the Cardinals have to be creative before they look outside the organization, because whoever they try and deal for, as far as a person with closing experience, there's a premium on that guy now, and the Cardinals might have to relinquish more than what they'd like to for a team you're not sure that can get into postseason play.
Well, the one thing that the club does have going for them right now, even with the tough news about Trevor Rosenthal, is that at the standings currently, Claibs, over the next 26 games, only a couple of them against teams above 500. So an opportunity here to take advantage of a soft spot in the schedule.
Yeah, I think you're right, but I also remind you that we're starting to see some young players who we don't have a book on. We're starting to see players that are trying to find and play for a position on a team next year. and they have nothing to lose. So they
Same
may
might be said for the Cardinals roster, though.
Absolutely. So, it's going to be more challenging than you think, especially as we get later in the game. But I think the key is your offense has got to pound some people early and not make this into a close one. And if you can do that, then I think it takes a lot of pressure off your bullpen. So I think it's incumbent upon the Cardinals to be able to score early and obviously run the bases better.
All right, third game of the road trip tonight, and coming up in a bit, we're going to hear you with Ozzie Smith, so look forward to that. Thank you, sir.
Looking forward to it, sir.
All right, looking forward to hearing from the manager, Mike Matheny. We told you Adam Wainwright working hard to get through his last start.
Adam got into a bind, but he pitched his way out of it, and he ends up getting through that game with just the one run and had guys all over the place, but he did improvise. He did pitch.
Manager's Chat is next in the Cardinals Radio Network.
Okay, so you're driving a sport utility or crossover utility vehicle, and you like your utility without it being utilitarian. You should demand the same from your tires. The remarkable Cursor HSX Tour tire from Mastercraft, specially designed to look great, ride great, and perform even better. With a striking sidewall and tread design molded to an advanced silicon-fused tread compound for a breakthrough all-weather performance. The Cursor HSX Tour, only from Mastercraft.
Visit Trucks Deluxe today.
This is Rick Horton. No matter what life throws at you, you need options. After all, a good pitcher doesn't just throw fastballs. For 25 years, Vitae Foundation has effectively used media and research-based messaging to help women find options when faced with an unexpected pregnancy. Healthy options and caring support. What women deserve when life throws them a curveball. Vitae Foundation, a real game changer. Learn more at adsforlife.org.
Awesome Machine Sales and Rental wants you to take charge of your yard with Toro. Toro has the quality you expect and dependability you deserve from your lawn equipment. Awesome Machines and Toro has the right machine to keep you inside and cool this summer season. With push mowers starting as low as $269 and zero turns starting as low as $22.99 with 0% financing available. Simply awesome. Awesome Machines Sales and Rental, Route 45 in Savoy, Route 36 in Tuscola, and online at awesomemachines.net.
If you really want to enjoy life celebrations, you need to call Rosati's Pizza for their comfortable catering package for 10 for just $92.35. Rosati's will serve you, along with your friends, families, and coworkers, a delicious lunch or dinner for under $100. Feed them all with Italian beef, pasta salad, and garlic bread. It's all about good food at Rosati's. Having a party, picnic, hosting a celebration? Call Rosati's for their comfortable catering package for 10. Rosati's Pizza, 701 South Gregory in Urbana, or call 328-2334.
It's all about the best beef, the best pork, and of course,
the sausages.
At the U of I Meat Sales Room. If Coach Ditka lived in CU, I'm sure he'd buy his meat from the U of I Meat Sales Room. The beef is great, the pork is great, but
the sausages
are delicious. Smoked sausage, Italian sausage, Polish sausage, and even brats. It's all fresh, locally produced, and locally grown. Visit the U of I Meat Sales Room near the corner of Lincoln and Florida in Urbana.
Sausages.
Bunny's Tavern is your home for the 2017 Chicago Cubs. Nothing beats watching baseball over an ice-cold beer, so enjoy $14 mix-and-match domestic buckets and $6 PBR pitchers 7 days a week. You'll catch every minute of Cubs action on Bunny's 10 big-screen TVs, whether you're inside or enjoying the largest patio in Urbana. With delicious daily lunch and dinner specials, come check out what people in Champaign-Urbana have been whispering about for over 80 years. Bunny's Tavern in downtown Urbana, your home for the 2017 Chicago Cubs.
Weekends Only's mission is to save you money. Come in this weekend for the biggest selection at the best prices on furniture and mattresses. Open Friday through Sunday and online at weekendsonly.com. Weekends Only, a proud sponsor of the St. Louis Cardinals. Let's head to Pittsburgh right now to hear from the manager, Mike Matheny, always brought to you by Webster University.
Mike, with the Cardinals moving from Boston to Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh had a tough loss yesterday, just like the Cardinals, but the pennant race rolls on, and now you're going to be without Trevor Rosenthal for a while.
Yeah, not how we drew it up, but that does happen where guys go down and somebody else has to step up. It seems like we've said that a number of times, not just this season, but in previous years as well. You can look at it as adversity or opportunity. Trevor's been throwing the ball so well. I mean, there's no question. But now we got a couple other guys who have been throwing it, are going to be put in even higher leverage situations, and their opportunity to shine and then respond to the opportunity.
it was obvious right from the first batter, Bogart's home run, and then a couple of pitches into the ball four that led to the first runner for the Red Sox, that Trevor wasn't right.
Yeah, and that's always hard, especially as good as he's been throwing the ball. Your tendency is to he's going to get it figured out. And when he is right, it's amazing how good it looks. But when it doesn't, and we figure it out early, we try to get somebody ready. And I really did think that Bravia did a real nice job. Zach Duke came in and got his first lefty, and the second one, that check swing sure would have been nice to have changed to swing that count in the opposite direction. And then John came in and made nice pitches, gets the pop out, and actually made very good pitches. I actually got to see that one on TV since I was up in the clubhouse. But two real good two-strike sliders off the plate to Betts that he didn't chase. And that's just a very good hitter in a disciplined situation. I couldn't believe he laid off him. But ended up not working out for us, but I thought we had a couple guys step into big situations, do a good job.
So you didn't like what you saw from Trevor Rosenthal, and today he's on the DL. With Adam Wainwright, you went out to the mound his last start. And with Adam, how do you know when something is not right, the way he improvises and makes things up and makes things work?
That's a great question, John, that I don't have a great answer to.
Does anybody?
I don't think so. I think it's going to all really come down to how the opposition looks. And, Adam got into a bind, but he pitched his way out of it. And he ends up getting through that game with just the one run and had guys all over the place, but he did improvise. He did pitch. And you have a guy, it's almost a catch-22 with a guy with so much confidence and so much ability to manipulate the way that he pitches. It can sometimes work against them because they always believe no matter what their stuff looks like that they're going to get outs. And truly Adam believes that. I do believe we're going to see better stuff this time, and we're going to be on guard. And as you said, we brought on Luke Weaver to give us some flexibility to go a little bit longer if necessary. But, we're heading out there in anticipation that Adam's going to be even better than last time. And last time we only gave up one, so it'll be nice to see even better than that.
Where is this division going? Cincinnati's playing the Cubs very, very tough. And everybody's played everybody tough in this division. How's it going to shake out, Mike?
Yeah, right down to the end. I think that's how baseball planned it. You see a lot of us playing inside of our division right down to the end, and that's really how it should be. A lot of head-to-head competition, but I don't care what Cincinnati's record is. Every time we play them, they play terrific. You get to the top of their lineup, and with the speed and then the power, it's a good lineup. And you can say the same thing about every other team in this division. So it's going to come down to some of that toughness we keep talking about. Teams that continue to just put their nose down and play regardless of tough losses like last night. But then guys just, having that experience, which I'm real happy about what we're hearing from our veteran guys who've been through a stretch like this and the opportunity to go down to the end and the wire and how you have to compete and perform. And it's just going to be a great opportunity for our club.
Good luck tonight, Mike. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
All right, the Manager Chat brought to you by Webster University. We'll get the first word from the guys at PNC. 3 games at PNC, and then Sunday, the Cardinals and Pirates will play at the smallest venue ever for a Major League Baseball game, Bowman Field in Williamsport, a capacity of 2,500. So an exciting weekend, and we head to Pittsburgh next in the Cardinals Radio Network.
7 serving 0.
I got it! Sorry.
8 serving 0.
I got it!
Okay, why is Charlie chained to that pole?
Well, you see, he's an insurance agent with a big provider that doesn't give their agents much freedom.
He should be a Trusted Choice independent agent instead.
Sorry.
You think?
Trusted Choice independent agents are free to shop multiple providers to find you a better plan. That's the freedom Trusted Choice agents have that others don't. Find your local agent today at TrustedChoice.com. Trusted Choice, free to do what's right for you.
Your 4 tires are all that connect your car to the road. Thankfully, Cooper Tires has more than a century of experience in manufacturing comfortable, capable tires. Each Cooper tire is made to last for thousands of miles and to help you safely get to where you need to go and back again. Our dedication to quality means we understand precisely why your tires matter, which is why you can count on Cooper, an American company since 1914.
Visit Neil Tire today.
Hi, I'm Dan Moyson, owner of Simplified Computers in Champaign. For over 20 years, Simplified Computers has been helping local businesses and nonprofits with their computing and networking needs. We cover everything from servers, network security, cloud-based applications, wireless accessibility, computer support, In short, whatever technical issues your business runs into, we've seen it and we can help. Call us at 352-5000. That's 352-5000. Simplified Computers. Simply the best.
Oh, hey, hi, hello there. It's me, your air conditioner. You can call me AC if you want, but Mr. Conditioner is my dad's name. Okay, listen, you may have noticed that I'm using a lot of energy right now, and that's why you need to call an expert. Yep, the experts can give me a precision tune-up, so you'll save up to 30% on energy bills, and I won't have to work so hard, which is great because I'm about to pass out.
At Chief Bauer Service Experts, save $41 off an AC Precision Tune-Up. Call 866-EXPERTS or visit chiefbauer.com. For expert service guaranteed.
Call 866-EXPERTS.
Bunny's Tavern is your home for the 2017 Chicago Cubs. Nothing beats watching baseball over an ice-cold beer, so enjoy $14 mix-and-match domestic buckets and $6 PBR pitchers 7 days a week. You'll catch every minute of Cubs action on Bunny's 10 big-screen TVs, whether you're inside or enjoying the largest patio in Urbana. With delicious daily lunch and dinner specials, come check out what people in Champaign-Urbana have been whispering about for over 80 years. Bunny's Tavern in downtown Urbana, your home for the 2017 Chicago Cubs.
Check out the new BMW of Champaign. It's not like the old Twin City. They have new on-site local ownership since 2013, along with a new state-of-the-art facility. With a Customer First Service Award winner for 2015, BMW of Champaign does business your way. Yes, they have tons of cars. Yes, they'll get you what you want. Yes, they discount, deal, and even pick up and deliver. So stop in, ask for Ben, and give BMW of Champaign a look. BMW of Champaign at the corner of Neal and Burwash in Savoy.
The scene has moved to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where the Cardinals will play 3 and then go to Williamsport for a Sunday night game, thanks to ESPN. And the Cardinals tonight have Adam Wainwright going up against Jameson Taillon. How sound is Wainwright?
Well, it's a good question. Last time out, he just had to manufacture ways to get people out. He went 5 innings, and his velocity was down about 7 or 8 miles an hour on all of his pitches. But, Adam is such a artist when it comes to pitching. He found a way to do it. He says he's fine for this start, but I'm not sure he's going to even know till he starts his warm-ups. And you look at both these teams, John, the Pirates who've lost 4 straight, the Cardinals who've lost 3 straight. These are teams a bit at a crossroad here as there's 7 weeks or 6 weeks left in this season.
Well, the Cardinals go up against a team that had a devastating loss yesterday, but does it get much tougher than the loss last night at Fenway Park for the Redbirds?
Well, I'm sure they're still feeling it in some ways. I will say this. I really felt that there was a difference. Talked to some guys about what the clubhouse was like, talked to some coaches, and it seemed like, yeah, they were disappointed. Yeah, they were mad. It was a tough kind of moment for them, but they stayed together with it, and the expectation is that they're going to bounce back. And I think that's an important point. It's not that the loss is any worse or better because of the way they responded to it. It's still a loss, a very, very tough loss, and hard for us all to kind of deal with. But it would be worse if the Cardinals kind of splintered after that. But I think at least the people I talked to expect it to be maybe a rallying cry going forward.
Well, the Cardinals are without their closer now, Trevor Rosenthal, who gave up a home run last night to Bogarts and then a walk. He was taken out of the game, and he has some elbow issues.
Yeah, so he's out, and Luke Weaver's back up to the big leagues, and I guess for the moment at least he'll be in the Cardinals bullpen. And really the 7th, 8th, 9th inning is up for grabs again. Maybe Matt Bowman, who Mike Matheny tried to stay away from yesterday. He leads the National League in games appeared in, so you can't just use him every night. You'd like to, but you can't. And maybe he's going to get a shot at some of that 9th inning work and 8th inning work. And John Brevia, I'd like to see him get another shot. And yeah, it didn't work out for him in that final game in Boston. But you've got Brevia, you've got Tyler Lyons throwing well, you've got some options. But of course, you're going to miss Trevor Rosenthal. He was not right, John. We noticed it right off the get-go. He was not throwing his normal 98 to 100. He was in the low 90s, which just seemed a little weird coming from Trevor.
Trevor's on the DL, and Luke Weaver is here. He's in uniform, ready for the game tonight, Chris Raby.
Yeah, and we'll see how the Cardinals deal with the back end of the bullpen, especially on the short term and then moving forward, depending on how long they're without Rosenthal, but certainly a massive blow as he has been so good for the Cardinals. Let's take a break. Another guy who's pretty good for the Cardinals, Ozzie Smith, with Mike Claiborne next on the Ameren pregame show as we get ready for the first of 4, the Cardinals and Pirates, right here on the Cardinals Radio Network.
The St. Louis Cardinals Hall of Fame, presented by Edward Jones, is proud to announce the induction class of 2017. The fans have voted, and the 2017 induction class has been chosen. Mark McGuire, Tim McCarver, and Pepper Martin will join other Cardinal legends as the newest inductees of the St. Louis Cardinals Hall of Fame. Join us August 26th in Fox Sports Live at Ballpark Village as we honor the 2017 induction class at the annual Hall of Fame induction ceremony. For more information, go to cardinals.com/HOF.
This is Adam Wainwright.
And I'm Trevor Rosenthal.
Thanks to thousands of fans across Cardinal Nation who pledged to Homers for Health and K's for Kids, we've raised $3.7 million for Cardinal Glennon kids in just 5 years.
Helping to provide world-class medical care and create child-friendly spaces at the hospital.
That's why every pledge, no matter how big or small, adds up to make a difference in the lives of sick and injured children.
Join us again this year by making a pledge today at glennon.org. Together, we'll strike them out for the kids.
Hey, it's Stevie J. Have the roof your home deserves. For your next roofing project, why don't you go with Roof Doctors, a locally owned and family-operated business for over 25 years. They use superior materials. They're a certified shingle contractor, so they can offer a 50-year non-prorated full-system warranty, and they won't loan your work out to subcontractors. Hey, Roof Doctors has worked on my home, and the results are fantastic. But don't just take it from me. With an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau, Roof Doctors has plenty of satisfied customers. Get a free quote at roofdoctorsco.com.
Bunny's Tavern is your home for the 2017 Chicago Cubs. Nothing beats watching baseball over an ice-cold beer, so enjoy $14 mix-and-match domestic buckets and $6 PBR pitchers 7 days a week. You'll catch every minute of Cubs action on Bunny's 10 big-screen TVs, whether you're inside or enjoying the largest patio in Urbana. With delicious daily lunch and dinner specials, come check out what people in Champaign-Urbana have been whispering about for over 80 years. Bunny's Tavern in downtown Urbana, your home for the 2017 Chicago Cubs.
There's never been a better time to stop smoking and switch to vaping. To save money you're spending on cigarettes. To experience new flavors, new selection, and new savings. There's never been a better time to stop in and see the difference at Vapors E-Cigs LLC. Vapors E-Cigs has the most knowledgeable and caring staff, inviting atmosphere, along with the best prices on juice and hardware. They also have an amazing reward system to help you earn savings along the way, including discounts on juices, coils, and even 70% off a kit. Now's definitely the time to stop by Vapors E-Cigs LLC.
At Body and Soul, they take pride in giving you the perfect fit for your athletic shoes. Their team of experts will help you in selecting the style that fits your purpose and your feet. Body and Soul has offered the best prices and best quality for more than 30 years. And they aren't just shoes. Whether it's walking, running, swimming, or biking, or whether it's for you or the whole team, visit Mike or Jed and their experienced staff at Body and Soul, Route 45 Savoy. Call 356-8926 or visit soulsports.com.
It's always great to visit with the Hall of Famer Ozzie Smith, and here we are, another reunion, the 30th anniversary of that 1987 team. Now, you played on some championship teams, 82 and 85. What made 87 so special?
The guys, the guys that you had a chance to play with, and we, I think a lot of credit goes to Whitey and his ability to assemble a team. And, all of the guys that played on our teams were guys that understood what their roles were, Mike, and I think that's what allowed us to be successful. Whitey put us out there and let us play. And we could catch the ball, we could throw the ball. We didn't strike out a lot. We put the ball in play, and if there are teams that are built from an offensive standpoint, they're probably not going to be that good defensively. So if you cut down on strikeouts, you keep the ball in the ballpark, got a chance to win, and that was certainly us in 1987.
Is there too much micromanaging in the game today? Because I see a lot of guys and a lot of teams where you can see that there's just too much orchestration where the players can't really go out and play. And I get the feeling, if you're this good to get to the big leagues, then why don't you just let them play and see what happens?
Instinct, you want to work from your subconscious mind anyway, so you want to do your work. You do your work. All your hard work and stuff is done in the off season. When you go to spring training, you get yourself in good physical shape, and then you go out and you do your thing every day, and you do it to the best of your ability. You try and catch and throw the baseball more consistently than the opposition. You increase your chance of winning. We come up with all of these numbers for this and numbers for that. You were safe or out. You hit it or you didn't, and that's play ball.
Play, man.
Yeah, just play.
87 team, there were so many fun things. We can go back and talk about Tommy Hurd's Grand Slam on Sea Cushion night. But you think back, if you had Pendleton and a healthy Jack Clark in the World Series, you think he'd have another ring?
Certainly. And we certainly would have given ourselves a better chance. When you miss big cogs like that, yeah, you can fill in for a little bit, and I think we did. From our pitching staff to our extras, we filled in extremely well. But you still need your people doing what they do. Your mainline guys when the game is on the line. You need those guys in there, and we didn't have it, and that's not an excuse. We did the best we could with what we had, and even with those guys being out, we still had a chance to win.
Well, you got to the 7th game, so I think it kind of says all you need to know.
That's right. We gave ourselves a chance, and that's really all you can do.
How intense was the rivalry between you guys and the Mets? Because they destroyed everybody the year before. They had guys that could talk over there and do a lot of blowing. How intense was that rivalry?
It was always intense, because we knew that they were probably a better team from a pitching standpoint, from a power standpoint, but we knew that we had better team speed, and we could catch and throw the baseball better than they did. So
you had a guy in the dugout that knew something about the game too.
About the game, so we knew that our thing was to make sure that we kept the ball in the ballpark. And we knew that if we could keep it in the ballpark and keep the game close, push come to shove, we were probably going to come out on the better end of that because we were able to catch it and throw it better.
How much fun are you having at this stage in your life? Hall of Famer, life is good. You have a chance to now reminisce about some great players and some great teammates. Are you having as much fun as you've ever had right now?
Yeah, well, it is. I look.
Because you're back within the organization, and I see you in spring training, and guys look forward to talking to you. You're having a good time.
Yeah, it's a good time in my life. I got my health, and when you got your health, you got everything, man, and stuff. So this particular time in my life it's a good time. Having a chance to revisit with some of the guys that you play with. The thing that you miss the most when you get out of the game is the relationships that you develop through the years. And reunions like this here bring back some of those wonderful memories of the bus rides, the plane rides, and all of those things, and all of the funny moments.
Who was the team funny man?
Joaquin Andahar, of course, was a funny man. Dave LaPointe was funny. So we had a lot of guys who were able to keep you loose, and through the 80s, we had a lot of people that came in that were intricate parts of our success. 1985, looking back on 85, it was Cesar Cedeno who brought his experience and his knowledge and his ability to hit in the clutch. He get a home run against Jesse Orozco late in the year that we beat them 1-0, Mets again, and then. You come back, we had players like Rex Hutler who were able to step in and give us a shot of the arm in like 87, 88, 90, somewhere in there. No, it might have been 90, 92, but you need players like that, and Whitey he always kept players around like that were able to step in and give us that shot in the arm when we needed it. And all teams get flat at some point in time, so it's important to have people who can step in when you need them the most and perform at a high level.
Glad to see you having a great time. Enjoy this time together because it's never guaranteed.
That's right. There's no guarantees, and these we became like brothers. When you go through some of the battles that we've had to go through, it brings you closer.
Ozzie Smith with Mike Claiborne. What a reunion it was for the 87 team last week at Busch Stadium. Of course, celebrated the 1967 team this year. Boston had their celebration with members of their 1967 pennant-winning team last night at Fenway Park, and it has just been such a treat to hear all of the guys share memories and moments and also play some of those games for you on Rain Delay Theater and other times right here on the Cardinals Radio Network. So thank you to Claibs and Ozzie. We're getting ready for Adam Wainwright and Jamison Tyon, and the Chicago Cubs already fell in a crazy game for the Cincinnati Reds earlier today. Cincinnati scored 9 times in the top of the second inning. John Lester left the game with the training staff and will be examined tonight by a doctor in Chicago. Updates to come from the club later. But after falling behind 9-0, the Cubs answered with 9 unanswered runs to tie the game in the bottom of the 5th. They scored once in the 2nd, 5 times in the 4th, 3 times in the 5th. The Reds scored twice in the 7th. Cubs answered with 1 in the bottom of the 7th, and the Reds tacking 2 more on in the 8th and 9th to win 13-10. The Cubs clubbed 6 home runs in this game and lost. It's only happened 24 times in big league history, and the Cubs have been victim 5 times. So a loss for the Cubs. They split the series with Cincinnati. Has to be disappointing for them. And the Cardinals an opportunity tonight with a win to gain back the game they lost last night to the Cubs. No game for the Brewers. That means the Cardinals are currently 2 games behind the Cubs and a game behind Milwaukee, who sits idle. Again, the Cubs falling 13-10 to the Reds in Chicago. John Lester leaving the game as well. Jen Langosh reporting from Pittsburgh also that Trevor Rosenthal is being examined in St. Louis tonight, and the Cardinals expect to have updates on the results in the upcoming hours. So we will wait to see what the news is on Trevor. And nice to see Chris Carpenter, who's in Pittsburgh, is spending a couple of days with the Cardinals and is going to be in the dugout with them during the game. I guess Jen said that John Mozeliak jokingly asked Carp if he was interested in a bullpen role, and Carp said no. The Cardinals will roll with what they've got. That includes Luke Weaver, who is in town and available at PNC tonight. Let's take one final break. We'll come back and get ready for baseball. The Cardinals and Pirates, first of 4, coming your way in just a bit on the St. Louis Cardinals Radio Network.
Hey, Cardinal fans, there's another MVP in our community. Rankin Jordan Pediatric Bridge Hospital in St. Louis. Rankin Jordan transitions kids with complex illnesses and injuries from acute care to home. They not only work with the child, but also the families to make the return home possible. Rankin Jordan is the only pediatric bridge hospital in the country using care beyond the bedside to get kids out of their beds and back to living. To learn more about Rankin Jordan, their inpatient and outpatient programs, or to find out how you can give, visit rankinjordan.org. Defiance Fuel proudly announces a new partnership with the St. Louis Cardinals. Defiance Fuel, the ultra-purified water treated with patented cellular hydration processing. It's an advanced hydration solution creating an environment in which cells are hydrated more effectively. Beginning this season, Defiance Fuel will be offered in both the Cardinals and visiting clubhouses, as well as throughout Busch Stadium at various concession outlets. Look for Defiance Fuel in the Cardinals dugout and ask for it the next time you're at Busch Stadium. Defiance Fuel is the culmination of over 25 years of research into water science and is the finest sports beverage on the planet.
328-2424. Tapman's Towing. 24 hours every day. Tapman's Towing. 328-2424. Tapman's Towing. 328-2424. Tapman's Towing. 24 hours every day. Tapman's Towing. We have pull and we're hooked on you. Tapman's Towing.
Hanson's Auto Repair in Urbana is a family-owned and operated full-service garage. For over 40 years, they've offered friendly atmosphere, quality work, and reasonable prices. Whether it's an oil change, brake service, or engine replacement, Hanson's Auto does it all. They're a locally owned dealer who cares, providing fast, comprehensive, and expert service. Family-owned, operated, and trusted since 1966, Hanson's Auto Repair, 1202 East Washington in Urbana. Open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. Visit them online at hansonsautorepair.com.
Want to save money you're smoking and spitting away? Want the friendliest, most knowledgeable staff to help you along the way? Vapors E-Cigs LLC is the place for you. Let their amazing staff help you find the best hardware and juice for you. Earn reward points you can use for discounts on coils, juice, and even 70% off a kit. Do you already vape? Go check out their over 30 premium lines of juice and amazing selection of hardware. Located at 1903 North Neal Street in Champaign and 2 East Main Street next to the courthouse in Danville. Now's definitely the time to stop by Vapors E-Cigs LLC.
At Body and Soul, they take pride in giving you the perfect fit for your athletic shoes. Their team of experts will help you in selecting the style that fits your purpose and your feet. Body and Soul has offered the best prices and best quality for more than 30 years. And they aren't just shoes. Whether it's walking, running, swimming, or biking, or whether it's for you or the whole team, visit Mike or Jed and their experienced staff at Body and Soul, Route 45 Savoy. Call 356-8926 or visit soulsports.com.
make Yadier Molina our UMB player to bank on. Boy, was he fired up last night as the Cardinals left the field in Fenway frustrated and perhaps a bit confused after the 5-4 loss to the Boston Red Sox. Yadi and the Cardinals opening up a series in Pittsburgh. Career slash line of 304, 349, 427 at PNC, including 5 home runs in 87 games. The Cardinals catcher, our UMB player to bank on. We head to Pittsburgh next for Adam Wainwright and Jamison Taillon. John and Ricky have it for you. This has been the Amarin pregame show. Chris Raby with you. Don't go anywhere. The Cardinals and Pirates coming up right after this on the St. Louis Cardinals Radio Network.
It's hard to believe that it's already time to start preparing for another school year. But luckily for you, Champagne Surplus has what you need to be stylish and comfortable all semester long. They've got Patagonia pullovers, the North Face backpacks, Smart Wool socks, Camelback water bottles, Merrill shoes, and everything else you need to head back to campus. And don't forget that Champagne Surplus is CU's exclusive Patagonia dealer. So stop by Champagne Surplus today for all your back-to-school needs. Champagne Surplus, 303 South Neal Street, downtown Champaign.
Okay, U of I Meat Sales Room theme song, take one. The Meat Boat. Soon we'll be grilling another steak. I'm pretty sure that's already been done before. Take two. I'll eat meat with you. I'll eat burgers and brats. Yet again, already been done before. Take three. Meat, 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 meat. Meat, 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 meat. The U of I Meat Sales Room on Maryland and Urbana. They may not have clever theme songs, but they do have the best meat in town.
You can fly Champaign. You can fly Willard Airport. You can fly Champaign. You can fly our airport if you go way to the sky. So pack your things, spread your wings. You got business to do. People who expect you. You can fly Champaign. You can fly Willard Airport. There's a time for work. There's a time for play. There's a time to do things you don't do every day. There's a place to go for tools and machines and people with knowledge about these things. We've been here since 53 to meet your rental needs. When the time comes, we're the place for everything. Rental City.
St. Louis Cardinal Baseball is brought to you by Budweiser, America's other national pastime. This Bud's for you. By your quality Ford dealers, the official vehicles of the St. Louis Cardinals. By Snooks Delivered. Order groceries online with snooksdelivers.com. By AT&T, mobilizing your world. By Shelter Insurance. Find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com. For your auto, home, life, and renter's insurance needs, we're your shield, we're your shelter. By Explore St. Louis. Learn more about all the great things to do in St. Louis by visiting explorestlouis.com. By Central Bank, the hometown bank of the St. Louis Cardinals. By Central Missouri's beautiful Lake of the Ozarks. Voted the best recreational lake in the nation. Plan your vacation at funlake.com. By Weekends Only Furniture and Mattress, a proud sponsor of the St. Louis Cardinals. And by Chick-fil-A. Visit them today at any one of their 13 St. Louis area locations. Now, St. Louis Cardinals baseball.
Welcome to PNC Park in Pittsburgh. The Pirates are hosting the Cardinals for 3 games here, then the series finale on Sunday Night Baseball from Little League headquarters in Williamsport, PA. Warm temperatures throughout the day here in Pittsburgh. The Cardinals got in the early hours of the morning from Boston, and we have a chance of rain here tonight. In fact, tomorrow as well. No hitting on the field today. The tarp was down, but temperature is very, very hot, and we have a little bit of rain in the area, but we think we're going to start on time here for Game 1 of this series. The Redbirds have dropped 3 straight decisions after dropping the first 2 in Boston, and it was a tough loss last night in walk-off fashion. A 3-run Red Sox 9th inning produced a 5-4 victory, and a tough loss for the Cardinals. They'll try to overcome it today as they play an important series against their interdivision rival Pittsburgh Pirates. This is Ricky Horton. I'll be alongside John Rooney. Let's take a look at our pitching matchup brought to you by Missouri Farmers Care. Join the conversation on how today's food is grown and raised at MissouriFarmersCare.com. Tonight's matchup is a rematch of the 23rd of June. That game came in St. Louis. The Pirates won that game 4-3. It was a no decision for both of our starters here tonight, but they both pitched well, Adam Wainwright and Jamison Taillon. Wainwright's a 35-year-old right-hander. He's making start number 23, overall Waino is 12-5 with a 4.87. Good news for Wainwright. He has gotten more run support than any starter in the National League, nearly 7 runs per game. Been so-so against Pittsburgh in his career, 13-7 with an ERA over 4. That comes in 34 games, 29 of those starts. Last time out, Waino beat the Atlanta Braves somehow, some way, without his best stuff. He went 5 innings, gave up just 4 hits, didn't strike out a batter for the first time in his career, and gave up just 1 run. Jamison Tyone is a 25-year-old right-hander. He's a big guy, has a live arm, 7-5 with a 4.50 ERA, and Tyone is a terrific story. He had testicular cancer surgery on the 8th of May and is found his way back in the Major League uniform and on the field, and he's pitching very well. He's a number 2 pick in 2010 draft, 0-1 against the Cardinals lifetime in 3 starts, and he can be very, very tough. There's your starters, Tyone and Wainwright. I'll have the lineups for you next.
There's never been a better time to stop smoking and switch to vaping, to save money you're spending on cigarettes, to experience new flavors, new selection, and new savings. There's never been a better time to stop in and see the difference at Vapors E-Cigs, LLC. Vapors E-Cigs has the most knowledgeable and caring staff, inviting atmosphere along with the best prices on juice and hardware. They also have an amazing reward system to help you earn savings along the way, including discounts on juices, coils, and even 70% off a kit. Now's definitely the time to stop by Vapors E-Cigs LLC.
At Body and Soul, they take pride in giving you the perfect fit for your athletic shoes. Their team of experts will help you in selecting the style that fits your purpose and your feet. Body and Soul has offered the best prices and best quality for more than 30 years. And they aren't just shoes. Whether it's walking, running, swimming, or biking, or whether it's for you or the whole team, visit Mike or Jed and their experienced staff at Body and Soul, Route 45 Savoy. Call 356-8926 or visit soulsports.com.
Hello, this is Shane Coulter of Country Arbors Nursery. Country Arbors Nursery is home with a giant $5 mum. You simply won't find a nicer mum anywhere for only $5. And this year we added a super giant mum in a 5-gallon pot that's only $15 if you buy 3 or more, half the price of other stores. But let's not forget what we do best, trees and shrubs. We're fully stocked with tens of thousands of large trees and shrubs to help you fill all your landscape needs. And all our trees are on sale. Take 20% off any tree you buy from Country Arbors this week. So come out to Country Arbors Nursery or go to countryarbors.com for more information and directions.
If you really want to enjoy life's celebrations, you need to call Rosati's Pizza for their comfortable catering package for 10 for just $92.35. Rosati's will serve you, along with your friends, families, and coworkers, a delicious lunch or dinner for under $100. Feed them all with Italian beef, pasta, salad, and garlic.